$100 cheaper.
Oh, well, better internet for cheaper is a good deal, right?
Yeah, and better.
Yeah, I mean, I had the last internet I had was a fiber company. It was awful. I don't know why.
Apparently, hopefully this is supposed to be good.
Well, I got the space, the Chinese weather balloon internet now, so hopefully it's looking better.
Oh, yeah. Heliocentric model.
I got that Galileo power in my shit, man. All right, what is this? Let's do this one.
The only show you need, it'll get you high, get you wise. Buddy is the place to be.
You know, yeah, he asked me to punch me and to knock on my teeth out, and I realized it's because our Haitian neighbor came in and they needed it to put on string for their voodoo. My Christian Haitian neighbor is using my teeth for a voodoo.
Buddy, the only show you want, the only show you need, it'll get you high, get you wise. Buddy is the place to be.
I've got to.
Don't we all?
We do. We do. Oh, goodness.
I've got a couple.
I only have one.
Well, it's not how many you have. It's not the size you got. It's how you use it, right?
Exactly.
Something like that. Well, today, John, you said you wanted to talk about what was it? Like New Age stuff? Some Christos?
Yeah, some New Age spiritualism. I mean, forgive me for being lazy, but the stuff is good.
Oh, I mean, it's interesting.
This BB journalist brought on this carpenter like he was just going to eat him alive on air because it was like some debate over in Britain between using concrete and using wood. And the carpenter's just like,
it's a sustainable building practice.
How is it sustainable if you're killing trees?
Because it's regenerative. You can grow trees.
Well, you can grow all sorts of things, can't you?
Well, you can't grow concrete.
You can. See you, Cameron. Cheerio. That was Cameron. He grows trees and then cuts them down and then makes things from them. Brilliant. Marvelous.
So wait, the fat. Oh no, I don't want the vacation rentals. Stop. We got Nub. We got. I always want to call him Robert RBRT. Hello, buddies.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
So was the fat Brit saying you can grow concrete but you can't grow trees? Is that what I got?
I think so. Because I mean, I don't know. That's new to me.
Hey, I got it. All right.
Yeah.
Roberts, the dread pirate Roberts. What's the Robert the Migson? What's the Migson, you think?
I don't know what a Migson is.
Them GCN. I don't know. I've never actually looked at your name long enough to. I just see the RBRT part, and then a magician.
Magician.
Oh, okay. Right. Now I know.
Oh, so you're a demonic magician?
Oh,
deceiving people? What do we have in our chat?
Good thing you came to the right show. I think that's what we're talking about today, right?
Yeah.
Some magicians or something. Is this one of them? Oh, not the Kundalini awakening. Ugh, we're getting into some Pentecostalism. It's demonic. I made it when I was 12. That's okay. I mean, I don't know.
Can't be demonic.
Did you read The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis? That's a good book. They're turning into a Netflix movie. Apparently, did you hear about that? Like I can't remember the lady. I have to look it up. The director kind of makes some kind of woke movie or something like that. But she's having allegedly she's having a woman play Aslan.
Oh, cool.
Which I thought we were over that. That's what the whole Trump presidency was about. This new admin's like that era is gone.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was that? Greta Gerwig. She did the Barbie movie.
She does sound like a
Did-
gay lion.
She did the Barbie movie. So, I mean,
Oh,
hearing that, it made me go, it's not going to be, it's going to be like trying to subvert your expectations with female Aslan, which is unfortunate.
well, according to Ben Shapiro, I saw something where he said like, sorry, it's super sweaty. What was it that the Barbie movie actually portrayed masculinity very well? I didn't see the movie.
You haven't seen
But-
the movie? Okay. I think it's my take of it is a anti-feminist movie that was intended to be a feminist movie. They accidentally made a one against their own beliefs.
Because
they
they
don't
keep doing
understand
that.
Like they didn't understand how the story's structured because it's in like there's like these basically like dream fantasy worlds, and like the dream fantasy world is where feminism works, but in the real world it doesn't. It's like, wait, what you're trying to say? Feminism is good? That's not this story. Anyways,
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how they keep doing that.
are her chakras aligned? Can you just tell by looking at her?
She's cute. I'll give her that. I don't know.
I always try to keep my chakras in line for whenever the planets align because I feel like that's supposed to happen at the same time. I never want to be caught unawares when the planets are aligning. But I don't really pay attention when the planets are aligning or not aligning. So I just assume I'll feel it if my chakras are up to code.
Kundalini energy, or your sacred sexual energy, is energy that lies dormant at the base of your spine, and when it gets activated, moves up the chakra system, essentially clearing out any energetic blockages in its path. And what this can look like physically is, number one, involuntary shaking. A lot of people who have Kundalini awakening.
I am literally shaking right now. Oh, it's working. It's working.
I thought I was just hungover and just like the shakes. It's like, I need water.
I mean, you probably do too. I don't think that's mutually exclusive, having a Kundalini awakening experience and being dehydrated. You probably need some water. Whatever you're doing with your Kundalini, however you're getting it tickled, drink some water, folks.
Experience shaking. That's a huge one. Number two, an inability to regulate your body temperature. Your body may go from feeling really hot to feeling really cold.
You also might be pregnant.
You may also experience very mystical things. So maybe having insights about, things that have happened in your life, things that are going to happen in your life. Really things that cannot be explained with the logical mind. And because this sort of energetic activation cannot be explained with the logical mind and can only be felt, it is very unlikely that if you have a spontaneous awakening like I did that gets you sent to the hospital, that a doctor in the West is going to look at you and say, oh, you just had a Kundalini awakening. Because doctors in the West are trained to identify symptoms and provide a diagnosis. Whereas doctors in the East, who are more connected to the feminine, to spirituality, and to the earth, will look at the same person who gets diagnosed as schizophrenic here and be like, oh, no, you just experienced a profound spiritual experience.
So is she saying that people who experience the Kundalini awakening are schizophrenic?
I don't know what she's saying.
The doctors in the East are more connected with the dirt. It's because they eat dirt. Eat mud pies. You seen those Haitian?
Yeah, those Haitian little.
I saw some white liberal defending that. That is starvation, famine food. That's not what they eat for their regular Sunday dinner. It's because their crops didn't make it this year.
Yeah, they have your.
I'm just gonna not
cuddles.
eat.
They have.
I'm just gonna not eat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
The dogs. I regularly just say dogs now. Whenever I just
dogs
instead of saying it like I'm supposed to. Anytime it's just a dog. Me and my wife would think about getting the dog.
Gotta be the dog.
It's gotta be Look at her face. Like her face has been that way the whole time. It's gotta be a little bit exhausting to have the AOC eyes and the.
I dated a girl that actually was like pretty much the exact same thing. Where like every time she was out, it was like just the brightest face ever. just like
ear
to ear,
weirdly
smile, eyes
like
wide open.
ecstatic or like actually joyful. I mean, I think those are qualitatively different. Like this is, you look at her and there's no sheen in her eyes. She's got the dead fish eyes.
Yeah, but then it's like when you're like alone, it was just like everything just like just melted down to like the that chick from that new TV show, that new zombie show. You just
I have no idea.
The Last
Isn't
of
The
Us.
Walking Dead still going? Oh, Potato Girl.
Yeah, it just went down to that, and you're just like, "What the
She's
hell
a dad.
happened to you?"
You know that?
Yeah, yes. Excuse me, sir. My bad. I apologize. But yeah, it must be stressful to like have like a face like that to have to hold like all the time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with people. If you look at that lady, I'm just gonna nod along. I'm not gonna mess with her. I don't want her talking. She's already talking too much, and I don't want her talking to me.
She kind of looks
And
like
then treat
Erin
it as such. Okay.
Aaron
from The Office.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, she got the strong jaw.
Mm-hmm.
She's been doing that one German guy is chewing on balls all day.
Yeah.
So how do they do this? Well, number one, they ground the person back down to earth. And once that person is sufficiently grounded, then they slowly start introducing spiritual teachings to help them better connect to their gifts. Gifts that every single one of us has access to.
Getting closer.
After my spontaneous Kundalini awakening that got me sent to the mental hospital, I had an amazing documentary sort of magically appear into my life. And that documentary is called Crazy Wise. That documentary goes into more detail about what I am trying to explain here and was super helpful and validating for me right after my Kundalini awakening. So I'm going to provide the link to it below, and I really want to know what you guys think.
It's okay. If you have a mental illness, it's probably best to just like accept it and start working on it or whatever, instead of I need to validate my mental illness and accept that it's my spiritual gifts.
Yeah, you see people with downsies. You see people with downsies all the time. They're just like, "That's just me. It's just me." They're not like.
I've never seen a downsy going around like, I don't think I have a problem. The doctors in the East say I need to be grounded.
Yeah,
and
they did that perfectly fine.
I'm actually going to access my gifts now. Thank you. I don't have the doctors in the West say I had Down syndrome, but they're just biased.
They're biased.
I never met one like that. They're just biased.
Doctors, they are all trained by Jews.
Oh yeah, thank you, Cyber Andy. I hope you're drinking, but not drinking heavily, because it's always more fun. Hey,
Andy,
how you doing, Yvonne?
Yvonne, yo.
Nice to see you.
But
yeah, the show's starting now.
There's I just figured it out. I don't know why. I guess my brain is just, I don't know. But there's gonna be a lot of with spiritualism and this new age spiritualism with being diagnosed with mental illness. They're going to correlate. Yeah, they're going to correlate a lot. I don't know if that was like a meant to happen or if it just maybe they.
Well, I think I've heard a lot of people theorizing that with the the Vive ship moving over to the right, with Trump and all these populist right winger people getting into the office, that there's going to be, and also you can see like with mostly with Orthodoxy, but there is some. I hear there's growth in Roman Catholicism and some Protestantism and stuff like that as well. I mean, in my local area, the things I hear is that like the Roman Catholics are having to like consolidate buildings because there are not enough people. So I'm not in my own area, not really experiencing what I hear people report online of Roman Catholicism growing. Not that it is or isn't. I don't really know, but generally it seems like Christianity is growing, and with that and with the right wing populism, you're seeing a lot of these people who were crazy spiritualists. This lady, you're seeing this lady out wild in the streets, and they're suddenly shaving their blue hair and becoming like neo-traditionalists. And a lot of them are going to find the church, and they are going to find actually deeper rooted spirituality. And a lot of them are going to be the evangelifish, just coming into the lowest common denominator. So you're going to probably see, I think probably you're going to see orthodoxy, and then like the evangelicals growing the fastest is kind of what my guess would be. Because you have like the hardest path of orthodoxy of the highest standard. And then you're going to have like the absolute lowest. You just have to show up and sing songs and drink the coffee, and you're gonna have these people who are gonna overnight switch all their values.
Yeah, and what's funny is like orthodoxy is actually starting to like, at least like within the podcast realm, starting to get itself in the main view. Because my brother, it's funny, on Memorial Day we had a barbecue. And he was like, "Hey, I was watching the Hodge twins, and have you ever heard of this guy named Jay Dyer? They just had him on, and he's like, he's amazing. I've been watching his stuff. I don't really agree with all of this because like he's one of those orthodox people like you. But have you ever heard of him?" I'm like, "Bro, like, just start watching him. Just start that. Just start watching him. If you have questions, I can point you to some people, or even just call in and just ask." Because he holds those open panels all the time, and as long as
like you said, it's in the milieu, the Overton window shifting. Like when I talked to my friends back in Tennessee, which I mean, growing up, literally none of us had ever talked about orthodoxy. I'd never heard of it, and now when I talk to them now, they're like, "Oh yeah, like 5, 6, 7 of my friends are either Orthodox or like catechumen now." And I'm like, it's just it's in the zeitgeist now, as it wasn't a decade ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's cool. It's cool. I was like, just watch him. Just if you have questions, ask. But whatever, dude.
Try to debunk him.
Yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that, dude. I told him. Oh, I will tell him. Like, don't ever try to go.
He's gonna show
argue
like.
with him.
So why shouldn't we just like believe what the Bible says, bro? It's like, I've heard this literally 8,000 times in the last minute. You can't be serious.
All right, boomer.
What do you think about Trump pushing to increase police immunity from qualified immunity to absolute immunity, giving them the same protections as judges, prosecutors, and federal government? I actually haven't heard about this specifically. Do you have anything to add? I mean, have you heard of this? I haven't heard of this.
I haven't.
You're not happy about this at all. I mean, depends on. I guess I don't know enough to have an opinion. I mean, a lot of the stuff that Trump's doing, a lot of people are screaming about one way or the other. And I mean, I've kind of made myself a little bit clear on a lot of these episodes that I'm not like a constitutionalist or everything has to be done by the books in a way. I think it's just whatever political power can be used to push things in the better direction, even if it's not constitutionally kosher or whatever. I think it's just all power politics. So I'm not necessarily against it. I mean, obviously, it seems like what you're saying comes with a lot of dangers. I'd have to hear more about it and see what the actual consequences of it are. There's a form of asceticism with neo-paganism that would attract these witches to orthodoxy, and that's true. My wife's reading a book of a Orthodox nun who came from neo-paganism. She grew up like evangelical, and then like had a spiritual experience, went to monasteries, and became a Orthodox nun. And she's in the book. I haven't read the book yet, but it's called "You Are Mine," and it's talking about like how she did peyote and ayahuasca and all these things, and like talked with the spirits. And yeah, I mean, Orthodoxy is going to have a lot of things that they would be familiar with in a certain way. Like, I think some pagans might be have less of a roadblock to orthodoxy than like even some Protestants, because Protestants are Enlightenment people, and a lot of pagans have like a structure of worship, even though to us it's kind of like inverted, but they still have more of a cosmological framework. I was going to a cringe Bible study at a person's house last year, and the guy running it didn't know about orthodoxy. Didn't go back. Yeah, he was clean shaven. I knew it was Latin right off the bat.
Yep.
Normies used to think I was crazy 8 years ago when I started talking about orthodoxy. Now they're looking at me with curiosity, like, what did this guy figure out?
Yeah. No, I looked at you like you were crazy too. I still look at you like you're crazy.
Me? Oh, no,
Yvonne. Just joking. Just joking, Yvonne. Just joking.
I agree with you on that. I just know way too many cases of retarded cops violating rights, and it's hard enough already to get justice, let alone if they get absolute immunity. I mean, yeah. I mean, if they had absolute immunity, I think that would just come with good and bad. I mean, I think it would probably push through good things that we would like to happen, and it would probably also have collateral damage. Is my guess. What do you think of the BBC article on Father Moses' absurd levels of manliness? I didn't actually read it. I just saw the headline. Was it supposed to be a hit piece? Because it seemed like it was good publicity.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the headline, but I didn't read it. But I was like, if they're gonna be like, this guy's arguing for structure. He's arguing for this. And it's just like, oh.
He's just stop being so fat.
Yeah. You know, we should take accountability.
Hey, John, do you know what Building 7 is?
That's the one that didn't get hit, but got hit.
That's a 9/11 thing. That was my 9/11 radar went off when I saw that, but I don't really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what I think when I hear like Building 7. It's like that's the one that got hit but didn't get hit.
Before switching topics from Kundalini to my favorite holiday, 9/11, I'm okay with that. 9/11 Building 7. What's that?
See how
7 World Trade Center.
Perfect building just fell down out of nowhere.
Was a 47-story office building located near the World Trade Center complex in Lower Manhattan, New York City. The debris impact ignited fires on multiple floors. I don't know what my opinion is. I don't know. I gotta look up more about Building 7. I think it would even change their behavior for the worse in certain personality types. Cops knowing there is no consequences at all, and we will live in hell. I mean, that's totally possible. I mean, I've gone to dinner with a cop once. I went to dinner with a cop. He was like my mom's boyfriend at the time's son, and I remember him saying like he had just gotten his first shootout and he like shot a guy. And he's like, I can't wait to get back out there, man. I can't wait. I just hope somebody tries. I'm like, shouldn't be a cop.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It actually wasn't that long ago. It was about like a year and a half ago. I was at like just like a later weekend house party with people, and then like a cop showed up. I was like, "Oh no, we're getting busted!" He was like, "No, I'm actually at a party, blah blah," and everything like that. But he's like, "I just got off shift." I'm like, "You're like full kit. Like, why are you here? Like." Where's your gym bag? Put some shorts on or something, dude.
Did he rage harder than anybody else?
Yeah, he did. He got really, really, really drunk, and he kept trying to like try on handcuffs on people. Like, this is how I would like.
No, just hold it. Just hold the gun. Just hold it. Come on.
No, he actually let me take apart his Glock, and I was like, I can take it apart right now. He was like, you can? Here you go. I was like, oh. I was like. There are cameras? Is someone filming me? Like,
I actually have and it's pretty crazy to bring this up because I actually have footage of that. Oh my gosh, did I not? I totally clicked it. Did it not save? No.
Yeah,
no, it didn't save. It's not on my dang it.
Yeah, his thing is he's like, this gun, he's only been shot in the range, and it's just dying to lose its virginity. Like, okay. I'm like, I don't know how to take that, but okay. Like, you shouldn't be. I don't think you. I understand the necessity of it, but this isn't Normandy. So, calm down, cowboy. Calm down.
I hate when I bookmark a clip and it doesn't. It's not in my bookmarks. Well, that joke's gone. Time to reboot.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Show's over.
Whatever.
Good night.
Yeah. My train of thought died. I couldn't find my link.
Here are the 6 stages of spiritual awakening so you can make sense of what's happening to you. Stage 1, wake up time.
Can I give $20 dono and call in for 5 minutes to explain why? Yes.
Yeah, we'll take your money.
All right. You give me the money.
Yeah,
I'll
send
the
the
link.
timer. And I'll send the
You give me the money.
timer.
I send the link.
Yeah, because you're
right.
not allowed to take over our show. You got 5 minutes, bruh.
Yeah, this show is very strict in its format. Also,
Yes.
I've got my my Chinese weather balloon internet. Am I still potato vision right now? Can you see me? It still says my connection is unstable, which is unfortunate because I'm paying for Elon internet. And oh, now it says it's fairly good. YouTube will take 30.
Just send it.
30,
just send super
30,
chat. Just send it. Just send
300 basis points is what YouTube takes. I have a Cash App link I can send. I should probably set up something. I know there's like buy me a coffee or other things like that. Let me send my little thing in here. Share. I have to pull it up. All right, I am trying to put. Do you see this coming up in the chat? I don't know if you have Cash App. You don't have Cash App. Well,
send the super chat, boy.
Give me your email. All right. Well, nobody look. Nobody docs my email.
Everyone's gonna start.
Nobody look. Nobody look. What's a power chat? I can set you up with power chat.
I don't know.
I don't got time to like look at how to make my channel better and monetize it or whatever.
You're already interrupting the show, bruh.
Anyways,
this is the start of your awakening where your soul beams down a little signal to your human self that says,
What?
wake up. Stage 2, bliss. Right after the initial shock of your awakening, you start to feel the world so deeply and your energy system opens up to spirit. Everything feels blissful. Stage 3, the dark night. The dark night happens when your soul triggers the healing and release of anything that is holding you back. Stage 4, the void. This is right after the dark night when you begin to see sunrise and you know the darkness is
when
ending.
Bane
A
comes.
major healing work has been done, even if you don't know what to do next in your life. Stage 5, groundedness. This is where everything you've been through in your spiritual awakening begins to be fully grounded in your life, and
Touch a
things start to
tree.
stabilize more. Stage 6, mission. This is the last stage.
can't grow a
take
tree.
all of your learnings from your awakening
You
and
can
you
grow
begin to live
concrete.
your unique life mission.
Unique.
I feel like there
life
should have been like
mission.
a. I feel like there should have been like a, and that's how you. It just kind of ends. Okay,
yeah,
you got
it's like
wake up, bliss, groundedness. Well, the dark night. Sorry.
the
And is this
void.
just the hero's journey? Kind of.
I know it sounds like you just like send them off to battle. Like, well, here's your care package and go.
Hello, Cyber Andy. Why do you hate cops?
Boy,
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me well?
I can hear
Yeah.
you.
Sorry for interrupting the show. I didn't mean to do this.
I'm just giving you shit, bro. Don't worry about it.
Back when I was very degenerate, fornicating with women, there was a girl I liked. She has since passed away. But I used to rent a trailer from this crackhead lady's, like in this crackhead lady's backyard. And it was her daughter. And like one night I was hanging out in the trailer, not in my trailer, my camper trailer, in their trailer. And I was drinking like rum and smoking pot. And a Pasco County police officer just like walked in through the front door.
Did he have a warrant?
No. He was like, where's Serena? And I was like, oh shit. And he was like, I don't care about that. Where's Serena? I was like,
Serena somebody you know? Does that mean something to you?
Yeah, that was my girl I was fornicating with. And I was like, she's in her room. And he walked right back. He knew where her room was. And they started blasting Alice in Chains CD that I let her borrow. But I heard sex noises. And then I'm like, well, I better go back to my little cuck shed, my little camper. This is a little uncomfortable.
So he was able to do that without absolute immunity.
And without a warrant.
So what happened was, it was a weird situation, dude.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Especially while you're sitting there crossfaded.
Yeah.
She like broke up with me for like a week and went to go live with her stepbrother and have a relationship with him. But it turns out she got crazy when she was drunk and like punched him in the face. And she got arrested.
Called and it's the same cop. It was so weird and awkward.
Yeah, so like I think like she fell for the cops. Like, you know, they're a position of authority and she's a woman, so they just automatically believe everything people say, you know, how women are. And I think she had sex with him in exchange for like
immunity or something,
sort of like not testifying or something.
Wait, so
I mean, well, that's part of women's power. They have things, bargaining chips we don't got.
This is the reason why you hate cops?
No, there's a bunch of reasons.
2 more minutes. Give us another.
The standards aren't high enough. Like when I enlisted in the Marine Corps, you couldn't have like tattoos visible, like PT, like PT shirt, PT shorts, physical training t-shirt, shorts. Like you ever heard skivvies, like short shorts and like a t-shirt. You couldn't have tattoos showing that were like larger than your hand, like 4 by 4 inches. And if you did, they'd like literally take pictures of them, send them to the FBI. They'd research the tattoos, make sure that they're not like gang affiliated or something. And then you'd have to get a waiver approved, and then you'd be able to enlist the Marine Corps. Nowadays, like you look at cops now, they got like arm sleeves all covered in tattoos. This is a sign of mental issues, dude. This is not normal human behavior.
Well, we just kicked out the troons from the military, so the standards are rising, but that's a pretty low bar, right?
That's the military nowadays. I'm talking about 2009 when I enlisted. But they were hurting for people in 2009. They were going through the surge. They needed more people. You couldn't even been like get them in a fucking freaking single speeding ticket. They were very strict. But the police that got lives in their hands every day, they don't do like psychoanalysis things on these people at all compared to the military. But they want to act like the military. I don't know where you live, but where I live in Florida, they dress up like G.I. Joe, like flak jackets, like they're about to go on patrol in Afghanistan and crap. And it's like, dude, you're in Pasco County, dude. Like, no need for all this. And they're crazy, dude. They're crazy.
I mean, I've had a bunch of run-ins with the cops. I mean, I've had cops come up and say, like, I'm on drugs. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they're like flashing the flashlight in my eyes. Like, nope, I can tell you're on drugs. What drugs you had? Who has it? Who sold it to you? I'm like, I'm just at a cop. Yeah. I mean, I was a punk in Nashville. I had run-ins with the cops.
Yeah, I was a young man, 19 years old, at a boat launch, and it was open 24 hours. And I was with my friends. I was fishing, and I had a Gatorade, and a cop comes, and there was literally a homeless man with like a bagged, like a brown bagged drink on the ground, and he was passed out on a bench there. He comes up to us and he starts talking to us, and he like grabs my Gatorade, opens it up, sticks his nose in it, and he's like, "This smells like vodka." And I was like, no, it doesn't. He's like, oh, I was just joking with you. And like, he's like, why are you here? And I was like, we're fishing. Like, what do you mean? And he's like, why are you here so late? And it was like midnight. And we're like, I don't know. It's a good time to go fishing.
I mean, that's like the only time I've heard of a cop trying to check somebody's Teeson before. Teeson is when you have a alcoholic beverage in a coffee cup or something like that. And I mean, I've never actually heard a cop coming up and checking your Teeson like that before.
Like, I didn't even drink the Gatorade after that because he's like literally he's like stuck his nose in it,
ripping off his mustache.
Does it have vodka? I don't know.
Puts the vodka right into it. You're going to jail, buddy.
Yeah, boy. You're
like,
mine tonight.
And I'm going to jail with you. We're spending the night together in the cell.
Same one. No paperwork until tomorrow.
Like we were like young 20s, late teens, like a group of us, 4 of us. Like we were staying out of trouble. We were like fishing at night when other people would be out smoking pot and like drinking beer and shit. We were like doing the right thing. We were like hanging out, going fishing. And the cops had a problem with that. And during the encounter, I said, there's literally a dude over there passed out, drunk, with a freaking bottle of alcohol. He's like, yeah, I'll get to him later.
He ain't going nowhere. Look at him.
Yeah, he's there. You guys are here.
Well, Cyber Andy, thanks for coming on. That was entertaining stories. Memory eternal to your ex. Gonna tie it back into our topic of spiritualism and New Age and all that stuff. I know you've talked about before in the chat, and you said you didn't really remember this, but you've talked about in the chat, like, should I talk to my ex-girlfriend? You weren't talking to this Serena from beyond the grave.
No, she's dead.
Yeah, I know. You weren't like Ouija boarding it or nothing like that, right? That's
no. The other one, I'm done with her because she lives with her quote ex-boyfriend. I found out 3 months into texting and calling and talking. I don't know why she didn't tell me this earlier. But I'm done with her.
He's not a cop.
I'm single. I'm done with women. No.
Well, don't do that, because the other option is just like this is my philosophy. Like, if I ever say like I'm done with women, I'm either joining a clergy, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Or monasticism.
Well, yeah, but
what's orthodoxy vocations? What's the vocations in orthodoxy? Do they got those? Like clergy, married life, and then single and generous life in Catholicism.
There's kind of like the traditional paths in orthodoxy are monasticism versus life in the world. I mean, that's kind of the main two paths. Yeah. In that you have segmented a little more. You could be the abbot. You could just be you could be a priest monk. You can be just a lay monk. And then in the worldly life, in the world, in the city or wherever, there's the clergy, and then there's readers, deacons, that kind of thing. There's like lower clergy, and they can be married. They can be married, but once you hit a certain level in the clergy, if you're not already married, you cannot get married. So you basically have to bring your wife into the clergy with you, or you're celibate. And then if you are a layman, it's much more traditional to get married. It's of
course
you don't have to, but like that's kind of the prescription for most people is that marriage or monasticism are the normative ways of paths of salvation. But I mean, there's exceptions, and people have different abilities to actually provide for a family and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, the spiritual father is going to have the prescriptions for the pastoral role there.
It's very hard to be celibate, single. I mean, speaking for myself, but
Dustin.
I'll let you guys continue on your show, and I appreciate you letting me call in. I have other stories, maybe for another day.
Yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed all our interactions. You're a interesting dude. You got some stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get your boat. You get your boat.
No, actually, I have to work tomorrow, but the day after, I'm going to start drafting out the pieces on the marine plywood and start cutting them out tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow.
So Sunday?
Sunday, yes.
Cool.
The Lord's Day, yeah.
Yeah, well, I hope you have many pleasant days fishing off that boat, man.
Thank you. I'm actually going to look for pirate treasure as well on an island.
Walks up to you. If any cop walks up to you while you're fishing off your boat, I mean, maybe actually listen to him. I mean, if he just walked
That's
up,
actually.
And if you find if you find that pirate treasure, we're looking for a fat super chat.
you know where to come if you find some pirate treasure.
Yeah.
It would come anonymously, and you'll never see me again.
That's fine, as long as it comes. As long as it comes, it'll be like, oh.
It will.
I know that your days of fishing off the boat are numbered because you're gonna have a crazy boat accident. But the Lord is with you, and I may during that accident.
If it does, I'll die doing what I love, and yeah. Thank you, brother.
Sandy.
Peace be with you, and thank you. I'm gonna leave now.
All right, you have a good rest of your day, and have a good weekend, man. Good to hear from you. What were the six stages of spiritual awakening?
You lost your kundalini already?
Yeah, dude, I got to keep the energy up, or I kind of lose it. You got to wake up, put on a little makeup. You feel bliss. So you feel real good before you
awakening. You start to feel the world so deeply, and your energy system opens up to spirit. Everything feels blissful. Stage 3, the dark night. The dark night happens when your soul triggers the healing and release of anything that is holding you back. Stage 4, the void.
That's got to be more than that. It's the
night happens when your soul triggers the healing and release of anything that is holding you back.
That's not what the dark night is. That's just when it happens. Can you tell me what it is?
Yeah.
This thing I'm not going to tell you about or define happens when this happens. Okay. But what happens? Well, it'll happen.
It'll just happen. It'll always happen to you. Just don't worry about it. One trip for success. Yes.
Oh no. They all have the same dead fish eyes.
They do, unfortunately.
It's because they're harming their news.
Yeah.
They're shattering it.
Yeah. Latch. Yeah. Unfortunately.
And I mean, most of these people going to New Age spirituality are most of them have some kind of childhood trauma or whatever like that, and they're trying to seek healing. I mean, like a lot of these people will talk about like the spiritual awakening, and then it brings you healing and bliss and all that. I mean, so they're seeking after a salve to their soul, but honestly, it's like they're fracturing their soul more in an attempt to heal it, and they don't even realize the damage they're doing.
Did you know that you have a spirit guide? Probably more than one. And the fact that you're seeing this now means
I get to
that they
choose?
want to communicate with you more directly.
Do they choose me?
I'm going to show you how. Being able to communicate openly with your spirit guides is such an important resource to have, especially with all this stuff going on
First,
in the
you
world.
need peyote.
They can give you support, love, and guidance like that.
And they give me money. I need money.
Many different ways. You could have an animal, an orb of light, a personal ancestor, or...
Okay, somebody send this video to Sam Shamoon. Sam Shamoon needs to know that he can talk to the orbs. It's not just something to point out. God is with me, not them pig dog or the Greeks, because I have the orbs. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I have the orbs.
They are not in your videos. There are no orbs in my videos. I have the orb. I am the orb.
I really saved. I haven't seen. Nobody's pointed out a single orb in my live streams.
The orbs will guide you. Follow the orb. It's like the ring. My precious orbs. It's like, I follow them.
Hey, John, haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing, buddy? Just been talking to my orbs. Oh, how's it going?
Are they guiding you the way they are guiding me?
Okay, you're getting guided by orbs, bro. You ever read Waldo Emerson? He's like an American transcendentalist. He's like the slightly less gay version of Henry David Thoreau. I read a couple of his books, and he would talk about orbs. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. He was talking about why he left some like Protestant clergy, and he's talking about the orbs. I got to reread that, and maybe after seeing this video, I'll understand it more. Anybody read Emerson? You know what the orbs he was talking about? I don't. I got to know more about these orbs because I'm supposed to be guided by them. Apparently, got to talk to Sam Shamoon. I got to read some Emerson.
Also present themselves in many different ways. You could have an animal, an orb of light, a person or ancestor, or even a god or goddess type deity. I personally have a wolf spirit guide who's my protector and a small bird spirit guide who's my spiritual mentor. The easiest way to meet them and open up communication is through—
okay. It's a small bird spirit guide. Are they corporal or incorporeal? Can they enlarge themselves? Can they choose what size they are? How do you, have you seen it before?
Is this like Dark Souls?
He talks to me and he sounds like a small bird. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be judging. I don't know how to I don't know how to differentiate him from a big bird spirit. Well, because big spirit talking like this. Hey, Elmo.
Why do we have big bird, not little bird? I mean, like, what the hell?
She's ripe for convert. I mean, this type of impressionable youth, you just have to like put them in a good group of people for like a month, and they're a different person. They're still very malleable. I mean, you can clearly see they've been molded. The pagans are close. Yeah, I mean, also there's a reason why so many pagan cultures became Christian.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, they want to have it's like the white magic people. They want to bless with the earth and whatever, and they don't want the dark magic. I mean, they don't know that the white magic is dark as well. They're trying, man. They're real trying.
Yeah, as long as it benefits you in some way, then it's white magic.
Right.
So
if it chalks up if it tickles your kundalini and sends you through the dark night, then something. I don't know.
Through meditation and before you meditate to openly talk with your spirit guides. Odds are there'll be
if meditation is hard. There are many guided meditations to meet your spirit guides on YouTube. There's guides to meet your.
I wonder
YouTube
if that's
guides
a rabbit
to meet
hole
your
to go down. A meditation guide.
I'm just going to look up meditation guide to meet spirit guide, preferably orb.
Preferably the orb. Is that a little orb right there in like her in the title?
That's an evil eye. I mean, maybe and it's like
that's a third eye.
Pentagram too.
Yeah, I don't see that inside my. That's not in my emojis. I've never seen
more
that
than
one.
happy to start talking with you. Just remember that spirit talks in more of a whisper instead of a yell. So.
That last part was a little crazy.
Is this true though? Is it true? Is it true? Do you know if it's true? Do I know if it's true? Do we all know if it's true?
Just listen to the voices inside your head. They'll guide you. And okay, I do. Since the first lady kind of admitted that schizophrenia and this spirit stuff is indiscernible. And this lady is saying, follow the voices that are whispering in your head. Not the one, she said, don't listen to the ones that are yelling. It's kind of what I got from that part. So you got to listen to the quiet, you got to listen to the little sensitive orbs speaking to you. Just giving you little sweet nothings in your ear at night. So the things these are like, listen to the sound of my voice as I guide you through this meditation and lull you to sleep. That's all the things I'm seeing right here. I mean, these are all long. Some of them are like 3 hours. This one's 10 minutes, but I don't see anything about an orb. This guy looks Indian. Should we do that one? Get deep bliss with hypnosis. Free math.
Listen, buddy. If you aren't following the orb into your third eye, do not follow it.
This lady's crazy, dude. Look at her.
Oh.
I have the most beautiful morning ritual that I use every day and have ever since I was a child. I take the first breath when I open my eyes.
Look. Oh, no. Come back. Don't scare away. Look at the right side of the screen. Look at from the her button here to her shoulder.
I have the most beautiful morning ritual that I use every day and have ever since I was a child.
Oh, you see that? Western doctors will tell you that's a lens flare. Eastern doctors will tell you that's the orb.
Sam Shamoon is you just look. She's having the same thing. Allah Akbar!
I remember seeing Sam talk about the orbs like a year and a half ago or something like that. I thought he was joking, but he just kept going. I'm like, oh no. It's always striking to me when you see somebody who's like very competent, like expert level in something, and then just total smooth brain in something else. It seems like you don't have to be an expert on orbs to know that it's dust.
Yeah, like I would expect that from like Billy Carson, our buddy Billy Corson. But like,
yeah, Sinaiticus Pendicticus. It's written by the Yacubi, and they knew that the orbs guided them to translate the Rosetta Stone, and that's where Joseph Smith came in. Whatever.
The only way we have that is because the nigga Idicus that we are all able to hold upon ourselves.
See, most people don't realize that the clicking language in Africa actually has a written form. It's much like Braille.
You mwah to the orb.
What was this lady saying? Wake the first breath when I open my eyes.
First breath when I open my eyes and I welcome my spirit into my body, and then I say, "Divine Spirit within me, move me in the direction of my highest good this day."
Does that mean you're having nightmares if your spirit's not in your body while you're sleeping? Can we do? I don't. How would a big thing with all the spiritism too is they have all these terms that I don't. What's she looking at? Looks like she's looking at the orbs.
I don't even understand them. These terms, like
they have these terms that are like, I think probably like, I feel like these people aren't very rigorous in their intellect, but it feels intentional that these words are not used very strictly, so they can mean whatever you. It's like the neuro-linguistic programming stuff where they can if I speak generally enough, everyone can map their meaning onto it.
What's funny is like when I hear when I'm in Jim Bob streams and they're like he's like in super like philosophical, theological, all this stuff. And then I look in his Discord, there's like Dustin in there and like other people that are again like super nerd out about the stuff. I'm like, I don't understand this, but at least there's like a hope for me to understand it. Like there's things I can read, but when I hear these people, I'm like, I don't understand it. But there's nothing I can go to. I don't know how to understand it.
I think Dustin knows what he's talking about, even though I don't. But this lady,
yeah, Dustin,
I think he knows this bullshit. Like, if this lady listened to herself, she'd be like, I'm not buying it. Yeah, I agree. Paganism is not intellectual. It's all intuitive and like intentionally not intellectual. They don't theologize. They don't try to rationalize. They don't try to make any kind of system of it. It's just it's all about the awake. It's all getting your chakras tickled. It's gotta if your chakra feels tingly, then you know it's working.
What was it? Jay Dyer said that Kundalini is like a snake that crawls up in your spine.
Goes right up your booty. Tickles your colon.
My body, move my emotions so that I am able to be my best, do my best, serve my best, and experience the best. I've been saying this for over 50 years, and I'm telling you, it has moved me around the world in some incredible ways, and my days are really fabulous. The key is to start your day this way and to say it out loud. That gives your higher self and your angels and guides permission to get in there and kind of help assist you to meet the day in the best possible way.
Whenever I don't open myself up for all the demons to inhabit my soul, I don't know what to do with myself. It's how I start the day. Cup of coffee, outpouring of demons into my flesh. It's the best.
Yeah, especially after a cup of coffee, all those bad things go out of you. Out of that.
I mean, once the demons are in, that you want to get them energized. That's why you have to get the uptick of caffeine immediately. Or the demon's just like, they're not going to do the job. Demons aren't particularly productive. They're very lit. Oh, she's got them drunk eyes now.
Oh yeah, she's.
It's working.
Okay, well,
best
here's my wisdom. Now my vodka is calling me.
Divine Spirit within me, move me in the direction of my highest good this day. It works. Give it a try.
I'm not going to do that, lady.
No, it's fine. I'm okay.
So, okay. I didn't hear nothing about orbs. Didn't hear nothing about orbs. Oh wow!
I think
I don't know if you'll believe this. Maybe it will make sense. But right next to all this lady stuff is Joel Osteen. New from Joel Osteen.
Oh,
fits right in.
Yeah.
Receive 100 great things God says to you. All you have to do is open up your day with saying, "May my highest
sponsored
into my soul today."
He's sponsored too, so hey, you know.
May the orbs move you.
Yes, everybody.
Oh, is this lady talking on the stage? Oh my gosh, this lady! Somebody let this lady on a stage with a microphone.
Oh no!
We are in something called a zeitgeist. It's like, what the hell is that? But what it is a powerful paradigm shift. One of my favorite zeitgeists was when everybody was standing at the edge of the ocean going, the earth is flat. And there were a few people going, not so sure. I feel there's more. And finally people said, well, you know what? I'm going to go check. And whoosh, they discovered a brand new land. Well, that's a zeitgeist, where enough people gather to say what we are all collectively agreeing upon isn't correct. There's more. And our zeitgeist is this. We are not 5 sensory. We are 6 sensory, at least. So
I got like 10.
are the zeitgeist that can change.
Shit, bro. I'm at 12.
You choose.
I just doubled your HP.
What was the last part? Step into your greatness. Mindvalley.com. Should we look at that?
I guess. Shit, here we go, guys.
We're going down the rabbit hole, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like that lady just like smoothed over enough details for it to be like a good stage presentation. People stood at the edge of the ocean, all yelled out, "The earth is flat." That's what they were doing. Yes, that was how we reached consensus back in the ye old days.
Yeah. Yeah. Earth is flat, boys. What was his name? Was it? I can't remember. What? No. What if we make a triangle?
Oh, that's so loud. Oh, back in Pythagoras' day, he said a right triangle has a hypotenuse. And a bunch of people at the edge of the ocean said, "I'm not so sure about that." And they went and found what was beyond the hypotenuse.
They went and found it.
You ready for spirituality? Nigga, get up.
I'm gonna get right in my bag. Why you gonna try to get mad? Everybody wanna keep up. Don't you know I move too fast? I'm gonna zip right past.
My Elon internet's failing me.
Elon.
Connect with students from around the world, not through the internet. Your spirits will commune in the ether realm.
How do people like
something? Explore programs.
I don't know who's dumber, Mormons or these people.
Probably these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, my orb's letting me down, dude. It's not my fault. Blame it all on the orbs.
Yeah, there's not enough orbs flying around right now for Elon.
Blame it on the southern weather. Blame it on the orbs. It's not my fault.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys want us to do?
What we got here? I mean, if your orb doesn't come in for you, I mean, that's what you have: preparedness and opportunity. It's about holding your orb, keeping it tight, keeping it contained within your essence. And when an opportunity comes by, you got to rely on the orb.
Put a 1.
You got to make sure they're in your live streams.
Put a 1 or a 2 in the chat, boys. Do you have an orb on Amazon Prime coming to your doorstep right now? Do you? Do
Dude,
you have an orb?
Can you imagine being you're Dustin of 1,000 eyes? Y'all ever read Dune? It's Dustin of 1,000 eyes with infinite senses. His prescience is palpable.
You just
all right. Apparently, this Mind Valley is featured on New York Times, Forbes, USA Today, Entrepreneur, BBC, Inc., and CNN. Whenever I mean, this has got to be. Oh, it's look. Is it 6-phase meditation? We already know about the Dark Knight or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this looks a bit more like corporate. What's the guy's name? Just those. This
is like some David Icke stuff.
Yeah, just like I'm gonna come to your business and just say like, you need more synergy, and you're gonna give me $5 billion.
Yeah,
because I'm gonna add value to your company by standing on a stage. Those kind of people. Whenever I see, so I don't know. Maybe this is less hokey than what I've been led to believe, but I think it just discredits the credibility of these publishers that are featuring this garbage. I don't know.
I wish I could put myself be like that low, just to like, here's some crap, pay me some money.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and just I'm probably gonna show up drunk on the stage and just say whatever the orb tells me, and you give me the money. I get drunk, say whatever the orb tells me, you give me the money.
There was that one dude who was like supposed to be like the biggest like salesman ever, and he was like popular probably about like 8 months ago, something like that. Like bald dude, super buff, ripped, and just going out and just telling people like, if how are you to sell anything if you don't have the confidence to sell things? Blah, 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 blah. It was like, I'm gonna have to look him up. I have to look him up sometime and find out for next show.
Yeah,
that guy's funny.
I don't know if it's kind of. There's tons of these like knowledge guys, you know, that show up and they say that they'll teach you how to run $1 million business in 3 seconds, and it's just all the same.
Did you ever read Epicurus? Did you ever read Marcus Aurelius?
Is Epicurus actually a smart dude, or just dumb people think he's smart dude? I don't know.
The only old philosopher I like is Marcus Aurelius. That's because he was an emperor, and he was.
Well, he's a Stoic, so I mean,
yeah.
I will keep saying that orthodoxy is like the fulfillment of what the Stoics wanted to achieve.
Yeah, but all the other Stoic philosophers were like blah.
I haven't really read others except for Marcus Aurelius. So this whole spirituality stuff got me thinking about we should check back up on our friend Vishnu Das, or Michael Gunker. He changed his name to Vishnu Das. He was a Protestant praise worship leader, and he went down into a New Age rabbit hole and never came back the same. And he's like his guru is this crazy dude named Ram Dass who like shacks up with a bunch of dudes having butt sex in a house and just does a bunch of drugs. That's who he named himself after. This is his wife. They have children together.
Oh, I thought like this was him.
Some people don't like using feminine pronouns like that. Praise her name when talking about God. They like to think of God as a he, and that's cool. But I think we'd all do well to at least occasionally remind ourselves that
there's no galactic nutsack on G. There's no galactic nutsack on G.
Classic.
Yeah.
So what? I mean, no, he's a very, very talented musician. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And he does well to remind us that there's no galactic nutsack on G. What else can I say? So anyways, what's he up to? Let's find out. Here he is holding his heart. Did he have a heart attack? Are you okay, Vishnu?
He's gonna do the the Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's sending his heart out right now.
yeah, send my heart out to all of you guys, you know. Seagull, I mean, I love you.
Mad Mimi went out of business. Took tens of thousands of emails from me.
I'm sorry about that. Do you have any videos of you saying a bunch of nonsense like you usually do? I was also told in high school I look like this dude, which that's
Yeah, you have more hair than that.
yeah, I mean that's true. But this guy's probably like 18 years older than me or something, so we'll see. Now, does his daughter have her Kundalini spirit activated?
She's been eating that Kundalini spirit.
She's been at the Kundalini buffet.
She's been eating. She's been at she's been at that Las Vegas.
But can you imagine having
at Planet Hollywood buffet just eating it?
Can you imagine having
I shouldn't make jokes about
a wife and daughters and a special needs daughter, and then going on like a crazy
a special needs one? Don't make me so
she has the downs, dude. She straight up has the downs.
Okay, so it's just natural then.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know if you spend time with some downies, but I mean, they mostly eat candy. From my experience, they like don't touch food and they just eat candy.
Well, that's what else are you gonna do with them?
But can you imagine having this idyllic life with a wife and kids, and then you go down like the crazy mushroom butt sex rabbit hole, and your wife's like, "This is great. Thank you for being a leader of our family."
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not very good.
All
right, this okay.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
It's a very foggy day.
You see any orbs?
Los Angeles, and I was.
They stand out more in the
cloud here, and clouds have become a really beautiful metaphor for how I see life as a human being for most of us. Good morning. Good morning. So I thought I'd just talk about it while in the cloud, because for me, and it's been helpful for a lot of the people that I've been working with in the sessions, the creative, spiritual, duty.
What?
Is that better?
Oh. His orb is not functioning.
When you're in a cloud, when you're in the fog, it can
I get
feel
technician
like
out.
This is like how the world is, right? The whole world.
No words for how deep this shit hit home.
Is this foggy cloud? But of course, if we backed up the camera a little bit, we'd see that there's a cloud over the area that I'm currently standing in. And so when we look at like who we are, we're never just one of the some Wi-Fi. Is this better? You got me? My apologies.
It's okay.
When you feel like you have a big emotion or you're caught in some sort of circumstance that feels really overwhelming.
Get to the point.
It's really easy to feel like it's like how the world is and how your life is and who you are. And when we can find ways of sort of unblending from the cloud, if you will, by just seeing that it's a cloud, by seeing that you are not ever just one thing, that emotion, that thought you're also aware of it. There's also other feelings and other sensations and other thoughts, and you're never just one of the things that pop up in your experience. But we are able to, there's this identification mechanism that we have as humans, where we're able to like identify as this or that. And what that identification is sort of sort of like it feels like a constriction. It feels like
are you trying to talk to adults?
Like I got a little band-aid here on my thumb. I cut my thumb during Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And
sorry about that. That sucks.
When a cut happens, it's really easy for all the attention in the body to go to like that spot, right? Like, and it can feel like this is the like center of me, right? And sometimes that can become in our belief systems even like this really is the fullness of me.
Holy shit.
Dude,
Eckhart Tolle talks about the pain body.
Say something.
Like that as a metaphor for what it's like to get attached to these clouds that we find ourselves in. certain sensations, certain emotions.
I want to ask this.
That feel painful and feel undesirable, and then we identify with it.
Oh my gosh, how long is this?
Has this guy ever shot his hand with like a? And I know this isn't that bad, but have you ever shot your hand with like a pneumatic nail gun, like a 16 pin nail? Like you're sitting out there trying to put trusses in.
Like you get pinched or something, or
no? You're just like
oh no, not that. No, I mean I've had tools like pinch me or something really hard. But never had.
Oh, I got cut in all of my feelings.
I was cut into Thanksgiving turkey, and I nicked my thumb, and I cried for 20 minutes.
Yeah, my whole body.
Now I'm in a cloud. My pain body. My wife had to sit me down while she was trying to also feed and nourish the children and talk about how we should be thankful. But I was sitting there screaming and crying, and I had to like remember that there's more than just this one little
she finally had
pain body. It was the only thing that helped me get back center.
Yeah, I was a man then. I felt good.
And that's when I discovered I had prostate cancer.
Yeah, she said it won't fit. Oh, wow. Got my finger. Oh my god, dude.
So anyways, after about 3 or 4 hours, I finally came back to the table. And I couldn't stop talking about how the turkey was cold.
Yeah, so we had to throw away the whole turkey and we just had potatoes for Thanksgiving. We just had potatoes.
And then he emptied himself. I gotta find this clip. I wish I had all these pulled up already. But then he emptied himself. Hope this search pulls it up, please.
Yeah, don't pull up anything else.
That didn't pull it up. Was it Jubilee? What, I don't know the lady's name. You know the lady that was on Jubilee recently talking about the gays?
Yeah, dude. Like this guy's never done anything that's like ever like like have you ever been hit by a backhoe? You're just sitting there digging a hole, and then a whole bucket just like you're just like everyone's like, shut up, get back to work.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, dude.
So we actually have a footage of a lady that got to publicly debate Vishnu Das, formerly Michael Gungor. He usually just rattles a bunch of nonsense on live streams and thinks that it's very deep when he doesn't. Takes him like 10 minutes to say that life is like a cloud or whatever. But finally, he actually showed up on stage, debated somebody publicly. He nutted up, and this is it.
What's the problem with xenophobic nationalism? Don't you think that's better for America?
Damn it! This is not the right one. Damn it! Damn it! My joke. There was no chance for me to check it. That was the right lady. Give me the other one. Give me the one. Give me the one with the gay. Dang it! Oh, that's not it. Give me the gay.
Clip that one, boys.
Dang it! Anybody have the link? Somebody else faster than me while I'm trying to say words and jokes and stuff while I'm also looking for this. You don't know what I'm talking about?
No,
gosh,
I haven't
dang it!
seen this.
I don't know what the lady's name is. Can I see it on?
Well, that's what chat is here
for.
If
I can probably just find
chat is Google.
Yeah,
and
chat.
Alexa.
You guys are way faster than me.
Yeah, get on it.
Can somebody? Okay, chat. I'm gonna farm you guys. Somebody give me the gay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Listen to my orb. Will talk to your orb. I'm demanding the gay, and you have to give it to me.
Chat Lexa.
All right, Jubilee, blonde lady talking to a gay dude. That's what I need. I've seen the clip like 10 times on Twitter. It shows up, and I can't find it when I search for it.
Isn't that all of them? That's like
Jubilee.
every video.
Debate. What is this? If I can just find this lady's name, I can. Man, the joke would hit so much harder if I just had it up. Oh, found it. I don't need you, chat. I don't need you. My orb guided me there. Trust the orb at all
Put
times.
$20 in right now.
Anyways, yeah, Michael Gungor on the left, Vishnu Das, he got some work done. Don't worry about it. But yeah, she finally debated Michael Gungor.
12% of men who have sex with other men 1 or more times a week have problems where they are not able to control their bowel movements?
Because when you
Well, why? If it's healthy, if it's perfectly healthy. And you
Okay,
know that's
so
true.
there
and
are
that
medical
doesn't
facts.
mean
Let's act with
12%
love.
of men
I love
have sex
that-
with other
that
men
face,
one or more
dude.
times a week have
incredulity.
problems where they are not able to control their bowel movements.
Because when you
like it goes
It's
up
like-
the butt. Do you not?
Yeah,
Is that? Do you not understand that part?
I'm sure, like in his mind, he's like, "Well, you see, like it's like an elastic band, and when you keep stretching it, it doesn't close back." I mean, that's not a good analogy. When it's like a valve, and you keep taking away everything inside of it, it can't close out. That's a horrible analogy.
So I wish that that clip didn't actually have the full
Yeah.
part of the debate, but he said
We
you
leak-
really don't know how it works, and do you want me to show you? And she said yes, I'd like you to show me, please. I need to know why you can't control your own bowels. Why do you poop yourself? And he said, okay, if you want me to, I'll show you. And this is what he showed her.
Oh, well, yeah.
So there you go.
Isn't that a
I mean,
suppository?
if there's not, I don't know if I believe in self-evident truths, but if that's not it right there, like, look, I can show you self-evident truth. Boom, there it is. There's no denying that. Waves come in, waves go out. There's no explaining that.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You know it goes in the butt, right? Yeah, but you can't poop. Yeah, but you refer back to the thing I said.
Yeah, it's just like.
All right. You got anything to say, John? Because I'm gonna go back to the torture. He's got to say one, like an actual thought, right? He's got to, like, he has to finish a thought.
Don't take suppositories.
Well, I don't know about that, but
unless you need to.
The way I see it, we're never
at
actually.
least
that
your
cloud.
doctor
We're in the
tells you to
sky
take a
always,
suppository.
but we get lost in our perspective, and so whatever we can do to remind ourselves to remember, this is just a part of my experience. This is just part of me. It's not the totality of me. That's not to bypass it. It's not to push it away. It's actually in a way, yeah, to embrace it and to love it.
I love cutting my
love the
thumb.
cloud here inside the fog. I go, oh, okay. And this is just a part of the world. There's a cloud hovering here. And this is not the entirety of me, but I can actually feel it even as beautiful. Well, look at how beautiful this is. This cloud that I'm walking through.
Unfortunate but true.
You can find ways to enjoy sadness.
But this guy has to be throwing out a lot more inwards to sound like my godfather, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm sure this, but he's like, the Jews. Nicholas. My godfather calls me Nicholas. That's what he calls me.
And I'm glad that this guy here, John Musician, or Music Man, no words for how deep this is. This hits. I am glad this guy. No, the dude on the chat on his
I was in. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
John. Oh yeah. No words for how deep this hit home.
Yeah. Yeah. I am so glad this guy. Like, I would have disowned my own name if he was like John, but he's just Jon. So yeah, of course you would find that attractive.
I did.
You can find ways to enjoy anger and any of the things that we think sometimes are negative emotions or negative experiences. But to do that, you have to see it.
I want to know what his thoughts are. After saying that, what are his thoughts on the Battle of Shiloh?
Yeah. Okay. Nigga more.
She probably enjoyed that anger. She got paid for that anger.
Yeah.
She makes 700,000. But this guy sounds like he is talking to himself. He's like trying to give you advice, but he's like trying to convince himself. And it really just sounds like something you would, I mean, it's like without like take out like the vague spiritual mumbo jumbo nonsense. Like what what he's trying to say just sounds like something you would literally tell a toddler. Like, hey, nope, you fell down. Just get back up. It's okay. Nope, no, you can try again. Nope, it's okay. Like it literally just sounds like advice for a toddler. And he thinks it's like this super deep, like the Christians just don't understand that like it's all just a cloud and you're supposed to love it and let its dew just get all over you and like make love to the cloud and like you cut your finger on Thanksgiving, but you're in the cloud and the cloud loves you. Just follow your orb. What, dude?
Yeah. If you didn't cut your finger on Thanksgiving, then what do you have to be thankful for?
Like if you cut your finger on Thanksgiving, that's not all there is, man. Yeah, if I cut my finger on Thanksgiving, I wouldn't be going like, this is it. This is all there is. Like, who is he talking to? Just sounds like he, maybe his dad didn't tell him to get back up, buddy. It's okay.
As only
God,
a party.
I wish I could be this dumb.
It's the entirety. It's not very fun. Then it feels like a prison.
I feel like I'm in a prison. Listen to this dude.
Hell, frankly.
I wish I could be this dumb.
You're supposed to love hell.
My thoughts about clouds.
Hell's just a cloud above
How you guys
you
doing?
and in you.
Hi there.
Hello.
Yeah, now he's just like, oh, well, guess what, guys? Hello. How are you?
My brain stopped working on my train of thought's gone. How are you?
Hello, you there?
Crapping.
Oh, that's just a part of the cloud, dude. You gotta love it.
Take care of that.
You gotta
Is
love
anybody
the
else's
crapping dog.
hairline receding like mine?
She's done. Here's Lola.
Look at my crapping dog.
She would have been embarrassed for me to tell you all that.
What is he wearing? Moccasins?
All right.
Can dogs dogs can probably get embarrassed, right?
I've seen dogs get embarrassed.
Yeah, dogs can get embarrassed. Not about like something you say, right? You can't be like, I told them you crapped in the lawn. Like they're not gonna. It's not how dogs work.
No. But I have seen a dog get embarrassed. At least
yeah,
I
feel like you just have to. You have to be in a dark. You have to be in the dark night part of the Kundalini to get anything from what he's saying. You have to be,
and that's like
real lost to be like, that's what I needed.
And that's the problem with like once you get caught up in like this whole Kundalini thing, and then when you do get depressed and when you do get like all down and out and just like you absolutely want nothing to do with yourself or anything else in life, there's nothing to turn to after that. It's just, I guess this is just how I am. I'm just going to be a depressed person. This is my Kundalini speaking to me. That's all it is.
Well, even it's like it's techne to try to heal whatever thing you're avoiding, right? Whatever trauma. So it's just a way to try to salve it. But at the, but then what, like, okay, I can like make myself feel happier feelings and then I'm going to get old and die. Like what's the, it's just, how does it avoid nihilism? That's what it's trying to do, right? It's trying to say like, no, there's the happy clouds surrounding you. Let's paint a happy cloud there and it's in you and you can't control your bowel movements anymore, but you're feeling better. You've gone through the dark night. You experienced bliss. Your Kundalini's tickled and you have gotten away from the very mean Christians and you're just gonna, it just seems like nihilism, but with like way more nagging. He sounds like a nagging woman. I don't know.
Yeah, and once you like, and when the only thing you want is just your Kundalini to get tickled, when nothing tickles it, then everything's just, oh, it's all just bullshit. Everything's all there. It's all just fucked up. I can't do anything. It's just like, dude, your Kundalini doesn't even get tickled. It's fine. In fact, there is no Kundalini.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, do you think there's any like, are the chakra things just total BS, or is there any actual, like, do you have the chakras, bro? Do we have? Is that a real thing?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I'd probably bet not, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's just
I haven't thought about it that much.
No, I haven't either, but
what do y'all think in the chat? Do
Yeah.
chakras exist, or is it just pagan?
I mean, because like my Kundalini could just be me like shaving and just giving myself a little soul patch coming up here on the show with just a soul patch.
All the blockages, all the sewage of my spine came out.
Yeah, there's no definition for that. There's nothing to it. It's just whatever you feel, whatever subjective feeling you have that's going to promote you to this greater thing that you have some kind of access to.
Am I still here? I like lagged out hard.
You're still here. You're here. You're
you
good.
turned into a robot. Okay, yeah, you turned into a robot there for me, like for 10 seconds.
Oh,
all right,
my bad.
That's good.
I don't have that space internet
No,
like
it's okay.
you do. That Chinese weather.
I'm still trying to see if it's figured out. Maybe my trees are in the way or something.
That you were spiritually awakening. You see angel numbers all the time. This means that
Okay,
you're
that's a
spiritually
thing.
aware enough to receive
The
messages. You're in
like the syncretism, like when you go into like forums and they talk about any of this kind of like numerology. Once you go into that and you start believing it, you will see it everywhere. And I think that's just like you getting primed to see it, and like your brain will pick out the pattern. It's like you'll look at the time. You look at the every time I look at the clock, it says 11:11. Whatever. I mean, I've heard a lot of people like say that they like get plagued by numbers, and I think like satanic ritual abuse and a lot of like this paganism stuff, they will try to damage your soul in a certain way to where you can be haunted or like plagued by even like something simple as like a color or a shape or numbers. Because if they can abuse you in a way that has a correlation to any of those basic things that are literally all around us all the time, then there's just going to be constant reminders of the thing that haunts you. They can get it to like be tethered that way. Like every time I see the color beige, I don't know. That's a real thing.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Intuition is normally spot on. When you have an opinion about someone or something, you are almost always right. You're becoming more introverted. You prefer to spend more time alone, and after spending too much time with a group of people,
This is not the right music.
you are a natural empath. You are able to feel the emotions of other people. You frequently experience deja vu. When you meet someone,
I
you
felt
feel
like I
you've
just
met
had
that
deja
person
vu
before,
right
and
now.
Those are some of the signs.
Let's follow your orb. Judge a book by a cover. Your intuition is spot on. Never question your own thoughts. All of your thoughts and your intuitions are spot on.
You know what's funny is I have like people that I talk to that are like never question your own thoughts, but over question your thoughts. And it's just like
at the same time.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's like how do you do that? It's like, well, you just haven't reached. There's a certain point of knowledge to where you're actually able to dynamically juggle all of it together. It's like, oh.
I gotta know what they're talking about. Are they saying
that
you can hold mutually exclusive positions
I think
in your
that's
head?
I think that's where they're trying to get to.
I mean, that's cognitive dissonance, bro.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. You know, just like, how do you do that? Well, you know, if something contradicts something, well, then logic is about contradictions. So therefore, you must do it.
The orb told me so.
Yeah. No, I actually did have a conversation with a dude the other day at the gas station, and for some reason,
Do you want another? Do you want 3 milligrams or 6 milligrams, sir?
He was talking to this good dude about logic, and I like walked in there. I just wanted a pack of Reds. I just wanted a pack of Reds, and I walked into this whole ordeal. And he's like, "Yeah, the only reason why we have logic it's not to point out our contradictions, it's to justify our contradictions.
To embrace them. The cloud is not cutting your thumb on Thanksgiving is actually good.
And I was like, ugh. Ugh. What do you mean by that?
I mean, doesn't that lead to like the monism of like everything is one? Like, it just turns into everything's an illusion, right? There isn't actually truth. It's just all illusion. It's just the matrix. Turns into like Gnostic stuff.
Yeah, but he was far dumber than that, because he was just like, we have logic to point out our contradictions, and the reason why the logic points our contradictions out is so we can actually have the ability to accept them. And by accepting a contradiction does not mean you're contradicting yourself. It just means you're accepting the world on how it reacts to you.
This is a man saying this?
Yeah. And he works for the government. He works for the government. So there you go, guys.
Did he say that too? I think, logic's there to make sure that we can have cognitive dissonance and accept what we could call them paradoxes if you like, and we're supposed to accept these things that can't be reconciled. Also, I work for MK Ultra. That was my baby. That was my project I work on, because isn't that part of like turning somebody into an MK Ultra dude is getting them to accept things that can't go together like that, breaking their frame.
One of his things was like, because I kind of challenged him on it, and his response was, well, do you have a secret clearance? It's like, no, dude, I'm an idiot. Like,
governments learn these things about contradictions that you don't have access to.
Yeah, I was like, no, dude, I have no security clearance. I went to college, didn't graduate. But no.
So he said you couldn't debate him on logic because you didn't have clearance?
Yeah, because he's just like, I obviously went through the state of mindset to actually be able to be valuable to the government to have a security clearance. Why should I
so
take
he was
anything
programmed?
Yeah, basically. Like, it was just like, and I was just like, fucking fine, dude. Whatever.
I feel like, I mean, that makes sense. If you're a cog or a tool for a government, it's very useful to get them to believe in, if you can get somebody to believe in contradictions, like genuinely believe two contradictory things at the same time, then like you can get them to believe whatever, right? Because they have relinquished their reasoning faculties at that point.
Yeah, it was crazy, because I was just like, well, what about this? And what about this? And what about that? And he's just like, well, it doesn't even matter, dude. Like, why should I listen to you? I know. But I'm not going to have this full-blown argument in the gas station. I was just like, all right, dude.
I probably would. Whenever I'm with my wife out in public, she's like, no, stop, don't. Like, there was a...
Oh, dude, I get that.
we were out and about, like, just walking around town, going to shops and getting lunch and stuff with my my family, my mother-in-law's birthday. And there was a Jehovah's Witness that just started like singing out in the street. I know it was Jehovah's Witness, but he started singing like This Little Light of Mine or something like that. And then he started like preaching about Jehovah's Witness stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna go talk to this dude. And my wife's like, no, stop it. I'm like, come on, it's easy. I got this in the bag. She's like, no, it's your mother-in-law's birthday. Going to have schnitzel. Stop it. That was also the day I got high off my ass on accident, dude. I had so much THC in my system while I was going to try to argue with this Jehovah's Witness. It's accidental. I got
accidentally fall on a bong. You'd be like, oh.
Well, I was a salesman at the time working for a credit card company, and I would go do cold calls on CBD like weed stores, because we had a program for them. And I went into this the CBD shop, and I was just talking to the guy behind the counter. He was like the owner's son, and I was trying to be a patron of his shop, of his wares, because that is a tactic to try to to soften them up. Like, oh, I'm here. I'm buying a thing anyways. Yeah, I can talk to you. Hey, can you give your dad my business card and maybe I can talk to him, see if I can help him out or whatever. I do this for a living, whatever. I was talking to him and I get a lemonade. I'm like, this is CBD, right? Like you can't get high off it. He's like, yeah, no, you're good, man. You're good. Okay. I started drinking it while I'm walking around town. And then my wife's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on? And she took my lemonade. I'd like drank the whole thing. And she's like, 12 servings. It says here you're supposed to take the cap, pour some of it into the cap, and then dilute it with water. I didn't do that. I just drank the whole thing. I was so damn high. They got me some they got me a burger and I ate that thing for like an hour and a half, just like, whoa. This is so good. And I was like, I have to drive home. I'm gonna drive home. Like, no, you were not driving.
Have you ever seen a cow?
I want to go talk to that Jehovah's Witness.
No. No. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the time I got really high on accident.
Like I'm telling you, this new person is gonna be on your fucking level. On your fucking level. It's gonna be equal, give and take.
Huh?
It's not one person's just gonna give, and the other person just take. No, it's gonna be
So why can't you control your bowels?
It's not one person's just gonna give, and the other person just take. No, it's gonna be equal give and take. You're gonna see what you've been missing out, and you're gonna realize, like, yo, I've really been settling. No more settling. Spirit, give me some final messages for the TikTok collective. Make it clear. Spirit. Make it clear.
Don't like that at all. Getting the ick.
I like it. I know. I like how everything's like, are you ready? Like,
is that a rat king? Oh my! The spirits led me to the rat king. I don't like it, dude. Trying to harness the chaos, bro. Trying to see through the white noise into the rat king's eyes.
It's all chaos.
I'm getting goosebumps.
What? Can you tell? I don't understand.
Whoa, king and queen.
King and
queen.
I don't know what deck you're using, but there's got to be some amount of probability that you'd get a rat king and a. Are you sure that's a queen? Looks like a maid. She's like holding a broom. Sure, that's a queen.
King and queer king.
Yeah.
That's all I asked.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I didn't like that one either, but I thought that was good to not like.
Oh no. This next one. Why does it feel so similar?
Yes. My boy. My boy.
Song for me now. The song that a beautiful marriage, that Bible that ends with another beautiful marriage, that has Song of Songs, that love song between us and the Lord. I was told, and I feel it real strong. We don't meekly and gently pursue him no more. We devour and gorge on the communion. We no longer lightly utter his name, but we shout it and we scream it and we feel it, and we feel its great power. No longer in the secular world do we bow down and present them an anemic and pale Jesus Christ that can't handle the bold, vivid, psychedelic miracle of demons and angels that move among you now. The limitless miracles of the quantum world can be sucked into you in a Holy Spirit revival. The blood may provide some connection between the material and the ethereal, but for a moment I can't forget that it's a supernatural belief system that I have. And in the air, the pneuma, the Holy Spirit, I feel it. I feel it.
Woo!
Gotta feel it, man. Gotta feel it.
Are they passing around the offering plate?
Russell
And that's the time to do it.
If
And talk about how the Spirit's moving. The Spirit's moving this offering plate through the crowd as I speak these very words from the Lord himself. I had an Orthodox friend who I mentioned Russell Brand in like the wacky stuff he's saying. She's like, yeah, but like when you first find the Lord, you kind of go crazy for a little bit. I'm like, I mean, you're being a bit charitable. A little bit more than me. Just a little bit more charitable than me. I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna make it. Maybe, but I feel like he's much more likely to go down the next stage that Kanye went down. He's gonna start saying "Hail Hitler" before he's gonna sober up a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like that's more likely.
Well, I did see something where old Kanye had an apology
about Hail Hitler.
Yeah, about being like anti-Semitic and all that stuff. He had an apology. I was like, come on, dude, you back down. Damn.
They must have got they got his daughter, dude.
Yeah.
The Jews got his daughter, told him to apologize.
Lee. If you don't come out and
Kanye
denounce your song, we are going to have you done it.
Is this it? This is May 25th. Kanye apologizes.
I saw a highlight of it.
My eyes have seen the glory of the trampling at the zoo.
What? What the heck? I just clicked the video. It said Kanye's apologized. I don't know. I didn't know what I was getting into. Oh, okay. This is what he said. I assumed it would be a video. I sincerely apologize to the Jewish community for any unintended outbursts caused by my words or actions. You know, if I don't see a video of him saying this, they got him.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but they got him. My intention, it was not my intention to hurt or demean, and I deeply regret any pain I may have caused. I am committed to starting with myself and learning from this experience to ensure greater sensitivity and understanding more in the future. Why is that capitalized? Your forgiveness is important to me, and I'm committed to making amends and promote the Jews' forgiveness is important to me. Now I know the man's unstable. Now I know he's unstable. But I doubt that. Yeah, has anyone seen him?
Yeah,
he's on the beach with Biden now. He's never coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, they're over there.
We found out that Kanye had cancer the whole time, everybody. Kanye actually had cancer the whole time. Can you believe it?
Yeah, he's fucking stage 17 cancer.
Yeah. I had no idea. No idea.
Yeah. From Semitic.
Now
Semitic
all
cancer.
of Kanye's auto pens are into question.
Yep. Anyways, I can give a crap about that.
Now I do want to ask chat. I'm hearing a lot of like garbled audio on my end. Like John will just go robot mode.
Garble?
Yeah, are you guys getting that a lot? I don't know if it's just me or if the chat sees that. It's really hard to tell some of these technical issues because like on my screen sometimes things are perfect and people are saying there's issues, and then sometimes on my screen I am hearing or seeing weird stuff and I don't know if it's actually coming through. So just a little bit of technical stuff there. Anybody hear John going robot, or is it just me? If it's just me, I mean, it's not as big of a problem. I do not know.
But they tell me
speak your orb truth.
The reason why everyone's coming back to Jesus is because we realized y'all were doing it wrong. You were playing.
So this is what I was talking about earlier, right? This is the
oh yeah,
just you. I don't hear it. Interesting. Okay, well I don't.
Right,
that's weird. All right, it's got to be something with my Elon internet then. At least you guys are hearing it good. I can't play Cuphead right now, Lydia. I can play later. Okay. Yeah, but this is what I was talking about earlier. These people who are probably very lefties or Democrats or whatever are going to be coming back, and they're going to either just be totally evangeli mush, or they're going to be trying to do it their own way or whatever. I mean, it's going to be like the lowest common denominator. They know we was doing it wrong.
Church, not being
We's was Christians the whole time.
Yeah.
Because when I had questions about the Bible, and God doesn't have a problem with our questions, you guys would just, oh, it is what it is. You didn't show me in the Bible. So because the church was not raising up disciples, we went out and figured it out on our own. And then we tried everything, and it wasn't satisfying. So, we said, let's try this Jesus. Us 90s kids, we said, let us try this Jesus thing. And actually, let me open up the Bible for myself. When we finally read the word, we said, this is what it actually meant. And why are we not doing what it says? Why are we being hypocrites?
We should be a communist, just like Jesus was.
Yeah, he was black too.
Hey, all Marx did was read the Bible.
Whatever the Bible says, that's what I do. When he talked about that you're supposed to lay hands and pray for the sick, why are we not praying for healing? I said, why are we not casting out demons? You need to be going out. You need to be evangelizing. You need to share the gospel. You need to heal people. You need to do signs, miracles, and wonders. What else are we supposed to do? Sit out and look pretty? And all the 30-year-olds, we tried it all. We tried to sex it. We tried to drug it. We tried to alcohol it. We tried to do all the things. The only thing that satisfies is Jesus. Because they have unalive thoughts. They have unalive thoughts. And you cast it out only by one name, Jesus. We read the word and we eat it up. We're eating it up. We do what it says. We read the Bible.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? My daughter's messing with my soundboard. Hello, can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, now I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. So I was saying, I know somebody personally who said like when they were a teenager, they had this experience where they opened up the Bible for the first time and the words literally, they ate the words. They literally ate the word. Like they didn't eat the paper of the Bible, but the words somehow came off the page and they're literally eating the words of scripture and feasting on the literal word of God, the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what this guy is saying. He's saying we eat up the words. So maybe he had some something similar. I mean, if there are evangelicals who literally believe the Bible is like the fourth person of the Trinity, that John 1:1 is talking about the Bible. So maybe something like that going on.
No,
I don't know.
I 100% believe that because like this was. Hold on, let me get this cat out of here.
Okay.
We do what it says. We read the Bible more than y'all do. We pray more than y'all do, and you're big mad.
And we way less prideful. We way more humbles than you all.
I don't care because you need to get in your word. And for all the older folks that are like, "Oh, my time is up," and blah blah blah. We are going to snatch y'all up out of the benches. You're supposed to write that book. You're supposed to go back and sing. You're supposed to create that business. You're supposed to minister to marriage folk, even though your marriage didn't work out the way you wanted it to happen. And we're supposed to find you your heavenly holy spouse if it's in the Lord's will. But you can't do that if you're just sitting at home watching romance movies. Like the Lord is going to drop your husband like a FedEx package. And we're not playing church no more. We are out here sharing the good news of Jesus Christ and making disciples. And if you don't like it, get out the way.
I mean, I'm
making disciples.
I don't know if I'm in your way, but
church. Go ahead and make your disciples without a church. Have fun with that. Let me know how that goes. Oh wait, I've seen it 1,000 times before.
Well, you know, when somebody first finds the Lord, they go a little crazy. They got to let us. So, I don't know. There's people who are more charitable than I am. I hope they figure it out, but it doesn't seem like he's very open to. I mean, this guy gives you that look. You think he's going to listen to what you got to say?
No,
probably not. What do you think about the literally eating the words of the Bible in some spiritual, mystical, lyrical way?
I have known a couple people who are like that, and like how you said, like they do hold how the Bible is like just like the fourth Godhead of the Trinity. Just like, well, by you doing that, you're taking away everything from what the Trinity is and everything what Christianity is.
Oh, it's like Islam. They believe like the Quran in Arabic is like a holy, like it was before creation or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just like, well, and it was actually kind of funny because like today on Louder with Crowder, there's that dude Gerald on there who has like a apologetics on Fridays, and he had one with Andrew Wilson. And they kind of went through basic Orthodox stuff, and it kind of proves all of that right. Like you guys are holding this scripture up to like what it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
It's can be discouraging to me talking to Protestants that like just can't understand what you're talking about when you talk about sola scriptura.
Mm-hmm.
That like how it's self-referential, and they will just it almost always just goes to the tu quoque, because if you bring up if you bring up normative authority, like how do you interpret the Bible if it's you're just the Bible is self-interpreting. You use scripture to determine scripture, but like that's all your interpretation of these scriptures. So they say like, well, if you go to the church fathers or the Pope or whatever, that's just your interpretation of them. But they're confusing existential with normativity. So the argument is, if the Holy Spirit leads us into all truth, and truth cannot change, then it has to be the Holy Spirit has to let us to the same truth throughout the ages. So that's the normativity. If we can see that throughout time, this is how it's been interpreted, this is the intent of the words, then we can go, okay, we know that this truth hasn't changed. But if you can't do that, if you can't show us the receipts, you're going to have to figure out how to justify that in some way, because it's just going to end up being self-referential. But then it's the tu quoque way of, well, you can't get out of interpretative nihilism or whatever either. Like you still have to interpret things. Yep. We all have to interpret things. Like you are going to say the Holy Spirit's going to lead you to truth. I'm going to say the Holy Spirit's going to lead me to truth. The Bible says the Holy Spirit will guide us, the church, into all truth. We're both going to have that same answer. We're both going to have to deal with the fact that we have to interpret things. It's a question of normative authority that's different than existential. And they just like can't figure that out because they don't have I talked to one guy recently. He said, I said, because he was sola scriptura, and he said like he just follows the Bible, and if anything, any tradition contradicts the Bible, then he's not going to believe it. I'm like, okay, well, and I brought up the Eucharist. He's like, I don't believe in the Eucharist. I'm like, do you think that the early Christians believed in it? He's like, maybe some. I'm like, what if we looked and it was the universal witness of every Christian about the real presence of the body and blood in the Eucharist? Would you believe it then? He was, no, probably not. I'm like, so you're saying you understand it more than the people that walked with Christ and walked with the apostles, is what you have to say for you to, and then like the other things come into question of, why did the Holy Spirit for 1500 plus years lead everyone incorrectly until you came along, or until your dude came along, to Pastor Billy Bob showed up? Why did the Holy Spirit not bring us to the truth? Why was that fulfilled with you and not the apostles?
Yeah. And that was one of the damning things that actually like started turning me towards, I guess, orthodoxy and everything like that. Was like, if the gates of hell will not prevail through the church and everything like this, why is it only for 500 years now all of a sudden we have the enlightenment to know exactly what everything's talked about? I was like, so you're telling me that everything else before that, all the history, was all for nothing until now? And then yet a lot of these people that would be speaking all this sola scriptura stuff, they would still hold most of the doctrine to what all the early church fathers had. It's just like, it doesn't.
I mean, St. Paul says like, don't believe another gospel. Like even like if an angel shows up and gives you another gospel than the one we've taught, like don't believe it. So
yeah,
if your gospel that you have as a Protestant now is different, materially different than what the church fathers had, what we had throughout history, got to grapple with that. But you're just gonna, I mean, it's gonna be, it's I mean, Yvonne says here, atheists are Protestants who decided dad was never real. Yeah, I mean, I think most Protestants have essentially the same worldview as atheists. I mean, obviously there's gonna be differences there, but very similar phronema. And that's very apparent when you bring up, if you ever run into a Christian who denies tag, I think that leads to atheism, because if you're saying that God is not the originator of the transcendentals, not the originator of morality, not the originator of all this stuff, or that it can't exist independent of God, then you have opened up the gates to say that he's not. You essentially have to deny that he is the originator if you say that those things can exist apart from him, without him. I mean, the argument of tag is that we have these things, therefore we have God, because these things have to have come from someplace, and there's no place we can rationalize that's not contradictory apart from the meme. But God did it though. Yeah, but that's like the answer. But that's the answer. If you can't justify any of this stuff without God, then it's unjustified. There's no reason for us to believe in any of this stuff.
Yeah, and it's like the same thing when like I hear atheists tell this to me all the time. Oh, but you believe in your sky daddy? Your sky daddy gave you logic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about it?
And where do you think logic comes from?
It's just a product of our brain or evolution or something. It's like, okay, well, how is
my favorite one?
Then you go down all the all the same lines in the chess game of is logic the same in your brain as mine and all that, and how do we have
logic?
How do we have the same knowledge? Yeah,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, then
logic
just the total subjectivity.
Yeah, logic. But the only reason why we have logic is because we have language to actually identify what logic is. That's all it is. It's like, oh, okay.
Do you would you agree with the statement that atheists who are Christian are better than Christians who are atheist?
Atheists who are Christians are better than Christians who are atheists. I don't know. I don't have to think about that.
So how I would describe that is nearly all atheists I've met are not consistent atheists. They essentially do the Jordan Peterson thing of they don't believe in God, but they act as if he is real, because they treat things like the transcendentals, like morality, as if they are objective. They believe in right and wrong, and that you should try to live a good and moral life, which if you're an atheist, there's no reason you ought to do that. There's no justifiable reason to do that. So if you're a consistent atheist, you would be a nihilist. You would be a Nietzschean. You would just, it'd just be about the will to power. But there's many Christians who act and live and have presuppositions that are essentially an atheistic phronema. They have like the same nihilism, or they like I said, if you deny tag, then it's going to open you up to like an atheistic morality, because you believe that all these things that we have can be justified without God, but you can't demonstrate that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It sounds like they're like,
I mean, yeah, they both got problems. I'm not saying that that either is like a perfect Yvonne, but I feel like there are like do you know that atheist church audit guy?
No.
Let me pull him up real quick. So he's a atheist who goes to churches and audits them. He like says what his experiences are.
Oh, I think you sent me one of his videos when he went to the Orthodox Church.
Yeah, he's gone to it like at least twice now. And I mean, the things he says, it's like, why would an atheist want this or care about this or believe in it? But he's like, you should, like these people I'm going to these churches with, they should, I hope that they are following Christ and trying to live better moral lives and trying to deepen their faith and all this stuff. But that's like, how could you have a justification for that stance as an atheist? Like, it's not consistent.
Yeah, like why would an atheist hope that I'm going to church to live the best life I can? Like, why?
Right.
What would that do for you? Or
the only thing I could try to come up with from his perspective is like, oh, it makes you more evolutionarily fit because religion makes you says that you should breed, like, be fruitful and multiply. Like, that's the only thing I could think of from that perspective. But he's like, no, like it's all moral, or like he says that we should, like, I hope they're deepening their faith and stuff like that. I was like, why? But why though?
Yeah, like we're just homo religiosus, you know. We're just within our DNA. We're supposed to look for God, and that's what I hear a lot. I'm atheist.
I just read this one. We was Bible believers.
Bible believers.
Oh no. Was it the third eye, schizophrenia, and Kundalini syndrome? I wasn't ready for that level of manifestation. All right, what's this one about? Oh no. He's got the same eyes.
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the piece of resistance of the.
All right, here we go.
Mwah.
This is how we're gonna send out the stream, Miguel. Eyes eye opening. All right.
Hello, friends. About 6 months after my amazing third eye experience, which I go into detail in another video, I was hospitalized and diagnosed with schizophrenia, bipolar disease, and mania. What happened?
That's what I was saying.
What many have called Kundalini syndrome or a spiritual emergency. Now, I'm sharing this as a warning so that others can avoid
schizophrenia,
this thing that happened to me. So after my amazing third eye experience,
it was amazing.
I just went on with normal life, right? I went back to normal consciousness. I was still in college, still attending school, but I started questioning everything, and I soon dropped out of school because I was like, "What am I doing? Well, I should focus only on this amazing state of being that opened within me, this state of consciousness. Am I supposed to be some enlightened master now?" I was very self-conscious. I was started to freak out. I started to stress out about it. Looking back, I wish I had just calmed down, take a deep breath, and just chilled, but I was really starting to freak out. I kept it to myself because I feared apathy.
That's when I started smoking weed real heavy.
So I didn't really share it, I didn't really open up about it, and kept it all with myself. And
with every bong hit, I was becoming more enlightened.
And I believe when my third eye opened, I kind of awakened some siddhis, as they say in yoga, or some psychic powers or psychic abilities. And at the time, I was 19 years old, and I definitely was not ready for this level of spiritual advancement or siddhis or psychic powers.
Delusion.
I was not emotionally or
love
mentally
it.
ready
I love
at all.
how that is.
It went into fear.
Oh, you love
I
it?
love how like there's an age to where like, you know, I was only 19 years old and like there's just so much things out there and I wasn't even ready for it.
Yeah, I needed at least hit 25 to have a fully developed brain for me to be able to understand the Kundalini experience.
Yeah. When I'm 26 and a half, I'll be ready. Okay.
If enlightenment, if spiritual enlightenment is the good that you should be after, then why would it matter if you are younger or not? Wouldn't it be the same goal that you're going for?
Yeah.
And because my thoughts were fearful, my experiences started becoming fearful. The thoughts I was having seemed to manifest almost instantaneously in the things that people would say around me or the situations that would occur around me. I basically went into like a psychedelic trip without ever taking any psychedelics, and it was a bad trip. The power of manifestation was very strong, and things were just reeling out of control. The more scared I got, the worse thoughts I would have, the more intense the experiences would be around me. Sadhguru has talked about how he avoids teaching the anahata meditation or getting people into the anahata space because it's very powerful and your thoughts become
not
things
hot tub time machine, boys.
And you become a very powerful creator. And to get to that step, you really need to be in control of your emotions and your mental state, your thoughts and your feelings. And
as you can tell, I have totally squashed out all emotions. Therefore, I am in control of them.
Therefore, I am stoic.
If you don't feel, then you are in control.
The intellect instantly, if it starts to get out of hand, the monkey mind starts to get out of control, has to be able to quiet down and to be able to keep a sweetness of emotions, stay in that state of love and gratitude. I definitely was not ready for this. I was young, naive, and just this explosion of opening of consciousness happened to me, and I was not ready. I did not have a guru or guide to help me in this new opening, this new awakening. And I got to a kind of a catatonic state. I stopped talking, I stopped eating, and I was just in this daze of fear, kind of paralyzed with fear because my thoughts were so powerful. And it was this vicious cycle of like, oh, don't think of that, it's going to happen. Because I was trying to resist it so much, of course I was thinking about it, so then it would happen. the people I were with at the time did not really know what to do with me, and rightfully so. I wasn't responding. I was just kind of frozen in fear. So I was hospitalized, and in the hospital, they diagnosed me with schizophrenia and bipolar disease and mania. I don't believe I had any of those things. It's just that the Western medicine are not aware of these spiritual states of being or states of mind, these openings of consciousness. And since I wasn't ready for it, I was so mature that I couldn't really control it. And
I will grant him that point. I will grant that within the hospitals these days, like, you know, if you pray, you're going to be considered schizophrenic. You're like, oh, you're praying to somebody else.
Yeah. They're just like strict materialists.
Yeah, like I can understand maybe this guy is like on a path to something and he is looking for it, and maybe he did for some reason end up in a hospital where he got diagnosed with this stuff. And I would agree with him, like maybe he doesn't have this, because this guy obviously he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't seem schizophrenic to me.
I mean, in all honesty, like in 2017, I was basically on the path to become this dude. I mean,
I think we all have.
I was very interested in all the New Age spirituality. I mean, I was a Protestant that had some negative experiences in my Protestant church. And I mean, I've talked about the experience I had with my mom. Thought I was gay, and that made me become like a weirdo liberal guy. Put me in the shoes of a gay kid that'd be kicked out of his house and all that, and I just became toxically empathetic and just kind of shut off my brain for a little bit and just was like, I just everything was in question me. I started questioning everything. Questioning Jesus and all this stuff. And I was like, well, Jesus can't be this that I've experienced. And then I ran into friends who were like this, like New Age, like we were all God. And I would almost like you're saying, you're like the guy who's like, you have to accept contradictions. That's logic, or that's logic. I would kind of do that back then. I mean, I would basically try to reconcile the things like my New Age friends would say and like Christianize it. He would say, I'm like, well, Jesus says, do you not know ye are gods? And I would like do that kind of thing. Like, it's word concept fallacy. I was doing the word concept fallacy of like trying to Christianize what he was saying, but that's not what he was saying. He was saying we're all like Mormon. You can materialize and everything. You can get your own planet. You get a planet. Everybody gets a planet. And that was like, I'd never smoked weed, never did any drugs, never had a cigarette. And my gateway drug was LSD. I did. Yes. Later on I drank weed, but I was Orthodox by that point. But I was still prot going through my liberal wilderness phase. And I took LSD, had never done any kind of drug or anything, because I had listened to a Protestant podcast talk about the benefits. It like opens you up, makes you more spiritual, makes you more empathetic, makes you a better member of your community. And I just basically became schizophrenic, like this dude, like all these people, because I started like wanting to know, like, are we in a matrix? Or I started just like not like feeling total feelings of displacement and schizophrenia. Like started reading this kind of occult kind of stuff and wondering, basically I wanted power. I wanted the knowledge. I wanted the gnosis. And my wife was the main factor why I didn't go down that path. Because if I had chose that path, I would have lost my wife, my girlfriend at the time. And that was the main reason I didn't become this dude.
Yeah, and like I went through the whole like the stoic, like as a prot, I went through the whole like stoic thing of like, oh, I think this is Protestantism hasn't really given me anything. Stoicism has given me a lot to work with. So I started following down that, and that, thank God, that led me to orthodoxy.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our different paths, Yeah. I mean, it was only 2 years after
I would have been a pagan.
Well, okay, no, I probably started unmooring myself from my Protestant conservative upbringing, like 2015. And then 2017 was like the fever pitch of it. And then I started kind of rebuilding, reconstructing, whatever, trying to make sense of reality. And then by 2019, that's when I discovered Orthodoxy, and then baptized in 2021. So it's kind of the timeline there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy's funny.
Patanjali's Yoga Sutras.
That sounds like a tasty Indian treat.
What is it? It's like the Indian Turkish delight.
It's made of mud.
It's made of mud. Don't ask where we get the water
Powdered
from.
sugar, 1 equal parts powdered sugar and mud from the Harbatnagar River. Very holy river. Very holy river.
Do not ask so many questions. It fucks with your mind. Just eat it.
All the questions your mind is conjuring are just blockages. Once you eat it, the Kundalini will activate and clear all blockages.
A question is like a filter. You don't want filters. You just want everything. Take it.
No, I got
Just take it.
now you brought up Indian Turkish delight. So that's kind of a chimera there. Like,
yeah, I know, right?
Is it just Turkish people in India? Is it like British chutney? You know, British took chutney from the Indians and just like made it bland or whatever, put it on breads or something.
I don't know.
This is British Indian chutney.
I don't even know what a Turkish delight is.
It's like a little sweet treat. It's like yeah.
That's only
I believe it's like a little gummy kind of thing. Like, I don't even know what it's made out of. But it's got like powdered sugar on like in like nuts and berries in it or something.
I only know it from Narnia when they're like, "Oh, do you want some Turkish delights?"
The queen starts stuffing Edmund's fat gullet with him.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a real nice lady.
Oh, yeah. Before they had a van, they had a carriage.
I like when Santa Claus shows up.
Patanjali talks about there's 9 obstacles to the path of enlightenment, and one of them is called Paranti Darshana, which is hallucinations or getting stuck in a narrative in the mind. And this is definitely what happened to me, and I hit it with like a brick wall. I had this narrative in my mind, the superstitions, this fear about what was happening to me, what was going on, just pure paranoia, and it was like a really bad trip. And Western medicine does not consider such things as spiritual emergency or psychic awakenings. There exist spontaneous, non-ordinary states that would in the West.
You know, what's actually funny about this stuff is like I will agree, like, through these, whatever he's talking about, it's a good description of what you might be going through. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's a good description of what you might be going through this. But ultimately, like, how are we going to fix this?
Well, it's
And
also
not
like, okay,
just-
you recognize that you are in a spiritual or mental delusion, but how can
Yeah.
you be certain that you are not currently in one as well? Like, you think you found the path, but how do you know this isn't also another illusion?
Yeah. And there's, at least through everything I have seen and everything I can just like kind of argue through it. Come to Christianity, bro.
Yeah, this is the way.
Must be seen and treated as psychosis, treated mostly by suppressive medication. But if we use observations from the study of non-ordinary states and also from other spiritual traditions, they should really be treated as crises of transformation or crises of spiritual opening, something that should really be supported rather than suppressed. If properly understood and properly supported, they are actually conducive to healing and transformation. That is from Stanislav Grof.
That's a Slavic name. If I ever heard
Episodes of
one.
this kind, or spiritual emergencies, have been described in sacred literature of all ages as a result of meditative practices and as signposts of the mystical path.
Just like
Stanislav and
theosophy
Christina
stuff?
Grof. Gopi Krishna, in his autobiography, Living with Kundalini, when he had an amazing Kundalini experience, at first it wasn't...
Ever since Kundalini moved in next door.
I just don't like the way they make that third eye look. It's just, come on, bro.
My life has never been the same. Stop bunking with Kundalini.
No,
It's something I have to live with.
We're Kundalini bumping at this point.
He bumps my Kundalini. I bump his.
Yeah, it's just a happy trampoline of Kundalini. And
look at the face in the book cover is looking at this guy like, nigga, you hear the shit coming out of your mouth, nigga? That book cover is not buying his shit.
No, he's trying to come out of this shit.
Real. Is that the? You look at this book cover. Look at this book cover, and then picture in your mind the blonde lady. So why can't you control your bowel movements? Do you want me to show you? He pulls down his pants, and this little face pokes out.
There is the devil inside of you.
This is the one who's in control of my bowel movements, lady.
Amazing. It was very frightening to him, and he describes it in depth in his book, because he is as well was not ready for such an awakening and such an explosion of new perceptions. The days that followed his Kundalini awakening had all the appearance of a prolonged nightmare. It seemed as if I had abruptly precipitated myself from the steady rock of normality into a madly racing whirlpool of abnormal existence.
Fuck you, Austin. Fuck you, Austin.
Who's that?
That guy's a
Who's that?
scumbag.
Brendan Schwab.
Scumbag.
Oh, who that is?
God.
Brendan
Fucking ban this dude
Schwab.
for life. Ban him for life.
This dude?
Ban him for life.
Do you lick your lips like this?
I don't lick my lips.
I don't know who this dude at all. I don't know who he is.
Fucking Austin.
Internet's crazy now, dude. There's people with millions of followers. I'm like, I don't know who you are. I ain't never heard your name, bro.
This guy was like a UFC fighter. Then he became retarded.
Oh.
And then Joe Rogan. And then Joe Rogan talked him into becoming a stand-up comedian. And then that failed. And now he's just a laughing stock of comedians. Just joking, Austin. I love you, bro.
So what's he got to say?
He didn't touch a baseball. He's never played baseball.
He doesn't like baseball.
I want to play baseball. I want to make the team. I see tryouts. I go, bud, tryouts is 2 months away. And he goes, okay, can you help me? I go, yep, I can help you. You and I are going to train 5 to 6 days a week. He made the team. Before the game, he goes, Dad, Dad, can we go to Shake
real
Shack
bad dude.
if I pitch well? I go, bud, I don't care if you pitch well. That's what you don't understand. I just want you to have fun. And most of all, I want you to out hustle all these fucking kids. And yesterday he did that.
I want to hear this guy talk about how life's a cloud. The cloud. I don't care how the cloud permeates you. I just want you to make sure you're having fun, bud.
I've never been referred to him, and I've always thought he was just an absolute piece of garbage person. Huh. Now I'm going to go into depression.
Get some plastic surgery or something. I don't know.
I have enough going on with my life right now, Austin.
Syndrome experience that I had really affected me for several years. The upside of it was that I learned without a doubt that your thoughts create your reality. So the warning I have is be aware.
Your thoughts create your reality. Is this the racism place? I mean, I'll be whatever you need me to be. I'll be your vengeful son, Mr. Miranchuk. Whatever you need, honey, I got it.
Yeah, we'll get
but
if you want it to be.
This guy, I mean, he's searching, right? He's searching, but it seems like he's getting close in some things, but like the orthodox conception of this would be that our thoughts determine our lives. It's Elder Thaddeus's book. And obviously, like your thoughts can originate from you. They can originate from demons. And your thoughts, if you cultivate them, your thought life that determines your actions, and your actions you reinforce determine your habits, and these create our lives, and this creates the reality that we are living in to a certain extent. But thoughts create reality. I mean, that sounds, I don't know what I could interpret that very schizophrenically. Like, I can't just
it sounds a little Brandon job.
I can't thonk my way into growing wings, bro.
your reality.
Maybe I
the
sound
warning I
try
have is be aware or beware of your thoughts, of how you think of other people, of how you think about everything, because that's what you will experience. There's just energy physics. What you put out is what you get back. Reality is a mirror. So if you send out bad, negative, frightening thoughts, it's exactly the experience you're going to get.
Wait. Is reality a mirror, or do my thoughts create reality? Can I think that reality is not a mirror and therefore it won't be?
Yeah, it's
or is it a mirror no matter what?
Yeah, that's a weird thing to get into. Oh,
bad, negative, frightening thoughts, it's exactly the experience you're going to get. So become aware of your thoughts, and through practice of meditation and mindfulness, control your thoughts and let go of the ones that go to the dark side. Another warning is don't push yourself too quickly into these expansive states of awareness if you're not ready. I was very eager as a young student, and I was kind of grasping for it, and that's not the way to do it. You should be a surrender, and you should have
this kind of guy. I imagine an Indian calls him, just a spam call, and he's like, "There is an issue with your account. There has been a fraud alert," and he's like, "Your reality is a mirror," and he's like, "No, I don't want this. No, just give me your money, please."
Your social security number has expired.
If this guy could give enough little bits of bait, keep the hope in the eyes of the Indian scammer, I can imagine them having a 3-hour conversation of this guy just talking this nonsense to the scammer. This better be worth it.
Yeah, the scammer's over there just yes, just go to Target.
Yes,
go!
Yes. Reality is a mirror. Whatever. Please, I need your credit card number.
Yes, it tickles your spine. Yes, it's like a snake. It slivers up everything. Just go to Target and get the fucking gift card. Just do it, buddy.
I was trying to take your money, but I will give you some of mine. You need help.
Yeah.
A foundation of love and gratitude. I did not have that base of sweetness of emotion, of simple love. I was kind of desperate and reaching and wanting, and that's coming from the ego. And because of that, I hit a wall and totally spiraled downwards. The unfolding of your advancement will happen at the pace that it needs to. Do not push it too quickly. Two of the most famous spiritual masters in our known history, right, is Jesus, Yeshua, and the Buddha. And both of them, there are stories of them being
just like my friend Chad when I was going through my stuff, my wasteland period. That he would say that Jesus is just another way, that he's just another ascended master, that he was a yogi, whatever. What are you saying?
I wonder if this is like JD Vance, how he ended up marrying an Indian woman.
Well, I mean, that's just the consequences of Vatican II, brother. It's just another road to God. They worship the same God in love, brother.
Yeah. JD Vance was like, oh yeah, she has a red dot on her head. She's hot.
Can't look.
No,
stop looking. Sometimes the dot looks back at me, man. I swear.
Yeah.
If I was actually in this room with this guy, I would be trying much more to empathize with what he's saying instead of mocking like I am now. But because it's fun, I would be because I think there's scaffolding to what he's saying. And there's going to be he has said things that we could agree with, Western medicine doesn't have this framework at all. Obviously, I think his conclusions and where he's come to is pretty inaccurate. But it's, I think the way to reach him would be try to be much more gentle and empathetic, because that seems like what he places like the highest good. It seems.
Yeah, I would be able to talk to him on a different level of we can come to this conclusion where we do have this spirituality.
Right.
But exactly where do we get it from will be the next question. I would
try my best to ask a lot of questions and suss out what he's really saying, because a lot of these people are really vague and able to say words and hoping that you fell in your meaning. But right now he's bringing up Jesus as an ascended master, which is not the Jesus of Christianity. He's not just a dude that leveled up.
Yeah.
So you'd have to find the balance of asking questions and trying to coax him out. Come here. Oh, He's just as scared as I am. He's just as scared as I am. Come on, little boy. Come on.
Yeah.
Come here. Come here, little guy. It's okay. I'm not scary.
I've been there.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, man.
Come
you know,
to the dark
I've had bad times too, man. It's okay, buddy. And like trying to find the firmness of like, is Jesus just a dude or is he God? I mean, you have to figure out how to walk that line because I feel like this guy could, if you're not affirming his reality, that's just a mirror or whatever. He's gonna think that you're a Western medicine man who's not really in touch with reality, bro, or whatever.
Yeah, and like it's funny because like sometimes like these people are harder to talk to than just rabid atheist.
Oh yeah, well, a rabid atheist will probably engage with you more, but I feel like a lot of these new age people, if you are just firm with them, they will think that you just don't get it, and they if you don't affirm their delusions because like their experience, their orb has guided them to this truth, then they're just gonna cloister up.
It's kind of like talking to women, like like you know, you want to give them like straight up like, no, here, this is how it works. This is how it works, and they're just like,
you have to be like, you know, I could kind of see that, you know.
Yeah, you're just like, yeah. I
like in a way, yeah, like. Yeah, probably. Maybe what's above ascended master? I mean, is there anything above that? Maybe.
Is there anything else? Like, what would you consider your master Yoda to be? Like, what would that be? Like, oh, well, I like okay, all right, cool. Instead of just like, you're an idiot.
I mean, if you ask this guy who is greater, Buddha or Jesus, do you think he would go with Buddha?
I don't think he would be able to answer the question, honestly. I think he would try.
I mean, they're like them both so much.
He would tie them in some way.
He might go like, well, the harm all the Jesus people have done mean that his legacy is like isn't as great as the Buddha.
Oh, I think what he would say would be like, well, Jesus Christ is the new covenant, and Jesus Christ was all about love and harmony.
Yeah, dude.
I think that's
we're on to something. An atheist actually has a moral claim that he's failing to properly address. Yeah, atheists will make moral claims all the time, and you will ask them to justify those claims, and they will not be able to do so. But the spiritual woo-woos have no moral argument. Everything is just sense and feeling. Yeah, all these people are looking for an experience. They have relinquished their reasoning faculties, and they're just operating on some sense of intuition that's heavily mingled with delusion and pride. And because they're not operating on a state of the intellect, like you said, you have to talk to them like you would a woman. Like you listen to a woman differently than you listen to your bros. Like this happened like last summer. On this stream, we had a lady come in. God, what was her name? I don't know. A lady who's like in like Jim Bob's server jumped on, and like me and like three of the guys, Nadeem and somebody else was listening. And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And I just listened to her. I was like, "So you're like saying this?" She's like, "Yeah." How'd you do that? Like you have to listen more closely to a lady because they're not as straightforward as a man.
Yeah, if Andy is still here, that's all why you don't get rid of women. Just
like my friend Val on Twitter posted recently that women, what does he say? Women are emotional and intuitive. That's why they need men to lead, and men are impulsive. Yeah. That's why they need women to something or other. Women to hold us. That's why men need women to hold us back because we are we're retarded.
Yeah. Yeah. All we want to do is like hammer.
I mean, that's literally every marriage. Pretty much every marriage, you're going to hear the same story of, yeah, my wife came up to me with like all these problems, and I was like, what can I do? How do I fix it? I'm going to fix it. And she's like, just listen to me.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, I have a 10-pound sledgehammer. Will that fix it?
Honey, the house is on fire. Get the water. Get a hose. I just want you to listen to me. This problem is stressing me out.
Yeah. And as a woman would say, it's like yin and yang. The black and the white, they mix together and they make gray. You're like, what?
Bibbidi bobbidi boo.
What the what? Just go take a
Tempted
shower.
to use their new awakened awareness and powers, right, from the ego. Jesus was tempted by the devil in the desert 3 times, and Buddha was tempted by Mara as he sat under the Bodhi tree. These temptations are significant, and they serve as thresholds of moving from the individual will, the ego's fears and desires, and moving into the state of operating from the will of the one, the will of the whole, working for the best of everyone, the one spirit, and letting go of the individualistic thinking, survival thinking, fear-based thinking, and desire. This threshold or gateway into this next level, I definitely was not ready for, obviously. The experience was very humbling, which was good. And it gave me a very clear message of to beware of your thoughts and to keep your thoughts in check. Do not let them run the show. I believe this is why in the yogic tradition, there is such a strong emphasis of your teacher or guru and letting them help you in these situations and to gradually kind of lead.
See, again, this is like, there is an orthodox conception of what he's saying. It's the spiritual father and the spiritual son or the spiritual daughter. But the difference is when you go to your yogi, your guru, he's trying to get in your pants, bro. Just being honest.
Yeah.
He wants that booty. $5 from Randy West. Thank you, buddy.
Buddy.
When he rambles like this, it reminds me of this cringe noetics class I took in college. The Secret. Oh, no, yeah. All this stuff we listened to today is very adjacent to The Secret, the law of attraction. Just intuitive, like send energy out to the universe and it'll come back to you tenfold. And then the Christianized version of that is the, all right, let's get the offering plates out. Give y'all a chance to earn your increase your income.
How many cartwheels can you do holding an offering plate?
Get Russell Brand, card him out.
Lead you along the way, so you don't too quickly open up these centers or these perceptions or these cities and then spiral out of control. So the advice is always focus on love, and what will need to happen will happen. You must have faith and trust. If you push too fast and too hard, that's coming from ego, and it's not going to go so well. At least it didn't in my experience. That's all I can speak of. Having said that, yes, of course, I encourage people to seek these experiences, seek these expansions. My third eye experience changed my life forever, and it was overwhelming and so amazing, so mind-blowing, so heart-opening, so melting, and just so, I was just swooned from it. You can't even describe it. The love that was felt. So of course, I encourage people to seek these openings and awakenings. But from my experience, is to do it humbly and at a pace that is natural to you.
Yeah, it's like you're
and to
close.
trust that things will unfold at the right time.
You want
and
it.
have the discipline to go through the necessary training, necessary mind training, so that you're at a controlled state of equanimity, of peace, of love, so that you don't let your thoughts run off into fear or desire.
Ever notice how the folks who talk about ego death are the most prideful? Yeah. I mean, many such cases. But like if this guy was going to go into like a live stream with Jay, like an open debate, and talk about how we should just accept whatever comes to us and open up our ego or whatever, this dude would literally cry. He would actually sob.
He would cry, or he would just like end in complete rage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'd get very frustrated. So like, I think if you're actually trying to have a conversation with people, you're going to have to control your intellect, because they're going to say a bunch of nonsense and you're going to easily come up with either defeaters or obvious questions or dilemmas or problems. And you're going to end up having to grant a lot of what you're hearing. And you're going to have to try to see, you're going to like I said, it's like coaxing out a traumatized dog who's been beaten by his masters. And you're going to have to say, oh yeah, like in Orthodoxy, we have spiritual fathers. I agree with that principle. You're going to have to try to find the principles, even if they are inverted or demonic corruptions of Orthodox Christian principles, you're going to have to try to grant or not put into question a lot of what he's saying, because it's just going to cloister him up. And you're going to have to try to find those, like Peugeot kind of does. He tries to find bridges for these people to have a framework to understand what we're saying. You can't just come right out and say it, because they'll spook. And you're going to have to quiet your mind and just try to find those opportunities. And you're just going to have to, you have to nudge a lot. You're not going to be able to push.
Yeah. Like, it's like talking to a woman. You're just going to have to be like, but maybe, what about this?
So is New Age just space Hinduism, like Mormonism to Christianity? I mean, it's hard to, it's kind of like Protestantism. It's hard to just give you can give kind of generalities, and you can like bring up the solas. But I mean, New Age is all about like the dissolution of boundaries and bring in whatever spiritual practices you want from the buffet into it. So if you want to pray to Jesus, like he's just another ascended master, bro. If you want to do tarot cards, like that's fine too. So it's hard to maybe define it as a whole, because it's the abolition of rationality, and it's totally relying upon whatever comes to your soul that isn't your ego. The ego is what we should fight against, but we're supposed to rely on whatever comes up through our kundalini and discern if it is or isn't our ego or whatever. It's not something that you can. Yeah. There's people that like have relinquished their rationality, that have rescinded parts of their human faculties. They're like withered and atrophied. So you're going to have trouble reaching them on those levels, because it's not how they operate.
Yeah.
So is it Mormonism? Is it a one-to-one Mormonism to Christianity, New Age to Hinduism? I mean, maybe. I mean, it's like a modernist version of it, of something that's more ancient. That might. I don't know if there's other parallels, because obviously I don't think they have their. I don't know about any New Age person that has any like holy underwear or something, or sex blankets. Maybe. I mean, they could take that, because they could take whatever they want. So like, yeah, I worship Hindu gods and Buddha and Jesus, and I have my sex blanket.
Yeah, and you can still wear yarmulke too.
Yeah, if you're talking about I just lost it. It's not kenenoia. What's the Greek word for emptying? I just lost it. If you start talking about emptying yourself in the spiritual sense, make sure you're not talking to an Indian, because especially in your house, you don't want that. Maybe out in public, like especially if there's somebody being a jerk, like you'll vacate, you'll clear the area pretty quick.
Empty, just empty.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Okay. I'll see you guys later. My time has come. I must say
I am an ascended master in emptying myself.
What is it? The Sound of Music? Just start singing the Sound of Music. So long, farewell, on Vida, say good night.
A man with holy underwear can more easily scratch his balls. Can you say that in an Indian accent, like a guru? Giving out wisdoms?
Well, Dustin, have you ever gone without underwear? A whole lot easier.
A man with holy underwear can more easily scratch his balls. But the problem with democracy is that the people are retarded.
I am drunk. When he said that, I am drunk and I don't know. It was like, okay. That's what you want from your guru. If your guru has not been, if you ask him a question, he's just not like.
I feel like most gurus you could just weekend at Bernie. I think it'd just be dead there, and everybody'd be like, "The holy silence." He's the master. He's teaching us through silence.
You can go to Denny's and find a guru at like 12 in the morning. Just like go there and just find some dude sitting with his coffee.
Go to the holy land of the Glop people.
Yeah, you're like, well, what do I need to learn? He'd be like, well, first of all, I'm drunk. Second of all,
You
here's
should
how to
be
fix
too.
your life.
Don't make me drink alone. At
Yeah.
Denny's.
Life lesson number 1: never drink alone.
Do Indians that come to America, do they look at America like Elon looks at Mars? They look at our beautiful, pristine rivers, and they're like, I can mold this into my image.
Actually, I have firsthand, and I can say, yeah.
They're gonna terraform us, bro.
Well, actually, I say that because, like, yeah, I've seen that firsthand. Like, where I live, there's this lake. It's called Lake Diaz, and it's kind of like the scumbag of lakes in California. Like, it's a dirty lake. Okay, there's a lot of boats, man-made lake. The water's really mucky, and everything like that. We took a friend there from India. He was just blown out of his mind.
It's so clean.
Yeah, he was like, "You mean you can swim in it?" We're like, "Yeah, get in there." I'm like, "If you don't mind the diesel fuel or boat, whatever, or
you can just drink it. It's so fresh.
Get in." He's like, "Okay." He's like, "In India, you can't do this. There's only there's different places you can go unless you're considered dirty, but we don't like to call them dirties."
I don't want to know what the Indians that are considered dirty by Indian standards are like.
I want to know. Actually, the slur name from them, what he told me is, it was a punja.
A punja?
A punja or something like that.
Punja. I'm
Like
gonna get some.
It's kind of like the Punjabis, but you're like a
I hear-
punja because you're a dirty one of them. Something like that.
Punja. This is the first thing came up when I searched Punja. This dude. HWL Punja.
He looks dirty.
I wouldn't want to shake his hand. Why would anyone trust a philosophy from a country that loses 200,000 children from diarrhea every year? Is that true?
That's actually, if that's true, that's a good. Yeah.
Is that true? Indian at a Western party. They don't know I'm Brahmin. The party. What's that smell? You can see the Indian holding the cup meme. Soft yet wrinkled palms. I mean, this makes me think in Haiti, that was also a problem there. They would lose little babies to diarrhea because I went to Haiti for a Protestant mission trip, and we had to educate mothers, that you should give your baby who's got diarrhea, you should give them water. They would actively stop giving their children who have diarrhea water because they thought they're leaking fluids. I shouldn't give them fluids. They have too much fluids. Fluids are coming out, and then their kids would die because they would be dehydrated.
That's like how we had to teach the Native Americans here in America how to farm again.
Mm.
You guys were like, "Oh my God, you're the ones that want to live off the land." And
we teach you how to farm. You teach us how to run a casino.
Yeah, the white man needs to come in and teach you how to farm again. It's like, oh, you need first of all, you need a seed. Like, but this is a seed. No, that's marijuana. Put it down. This is a tomato. But I have a seed. That's tobacco. Put it down.
How can you tell? Never trust a
cucumber.
2,000-year-old culture that hasn't figured out food.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Mr. Miranchek, is that the primal frame, thinking that your children needs to stop drinking water because they're leaking fluids? Is that the primal frame there? Is that how that works?
Primal frame would be like, just stick a quart in it. Just like, oh goodness gracious.
When I do Indians have boats? Oh yeah, and we definitely saw them on a boat. They put a bunch of motorcycles on it and capsized it. If my boat has a leak, I cork it. When my child has a leak, I cork it.
Logic.
Haiti proves Young Earth. There's no way they survived 1,000,000+ years.
Yeah. What's that one meme where it's like technologia? Technologia.
Yeah. I'm so glad atheists don't use India as evidence for evolution. It'd be hard to argue against. I mean,
oh, dude.
There are animalistic cultures, are there not?
I would love for them to use that argument. It would be so much fun. I'm gonna be on TikTok like all night long. Just like, okay,
So-
well, then why do you bathe in poop?
How would you define racism?
How would I define racism?
Yeah.
I would pretty much subscribe to the Webster definition of it. Like,
Don't say bad things about black people, nigga.
But just if you're holding like a huge, if you have like a
Prejudice or discrimination or antagonism
Yeah.
by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group.
Yeah.
Would you do you think all discriminations about a certain race is inherently racist? Like if you know
No.
statistics about a specific race or that Indians poop everywhere, is that racism to have that in mind? How you and influence how you operate?
no, it's not racist. That's just
I mean, that'd be how, like, under this definition, I think.
well, I wouldn't hold it to that part. Well, hold on real quick. I have to go pee pee.
Okay.
Hold on, and I'll come back and answer.
How are y'all doing? When the atheist dilemma is getting us to believe in evolution, but because it's India, like, I want you to believe so bad, but I prefer being a bigot. I don't hate other races or wish them harm, but I don't like being around a bunch of them. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I was thinking about this recently. How much has black culture influenced white culture and vice versa, and which has been more affected? Because I mean, obviously there's a lot of, in America here, there's lots of whitewashed other races. Like there's Mexicans and blacks and all these people that are essentially just white people in their worldview and everything. They're just Enlightenment people, but they got the other skins, right? And now there's, I mean, every white person's like, "Yo, what's up, bruh?" Not everyone. That's a hyperbole. All the chuds, all the working class people, I feel like have been influenced by rap and hip hop culture or whatever, and they, I don't know. What do y'all think's the best argument for evolution? Is it India? Might be. I'm trying to think. It's so ridiculous that people actually believe in evolution. And when you say you don't, all they have is incredulity, or that's their response is, "Wow, that's crazy. You don't believe that? It's just proven science." But then they couldn't even tell you what the scientific method is. I had one person say, because I said you need observation to have the scientific method work to actually have an independent variable. You need to start with an observation. You can't observe millions of years of evolution. They're like, well, then you couldn't have forensic science. Guess what? You just threw out all of forensic science by saying we have to have an observation. No, there's different claims, different types of claims. Like I've experienced on X doing some back and forth with people, and I will say something like, "There's no such thing as a self-evident truth," and they'll just ask Grok, "Can you define self-evident truth?" Yes, self-evident truth is when something is so true that it's just true, or whatever. And they're like, "See, Grok says there's self-evident truths," and I will say, "You're asking philosophical questions to Grok. It's not going to actually deal with the argument. You can't just point to Grok. Is this a new is a appeal to authority, obviously, but it's like the Grok fallacy. Grok says so therefore it's true. It's not actually dealing with the argument against self-evident truths." But there's different levels of validity with asking AI. Like if I ask it, did Joseph Smith have more than one wife? That's like more of a historical, empirical claim. It's not philosophical. It can give me a more accurate answer to certain types of questions. So I feel like it'd be more valid to use that as a resource in certain types of claims. And wait, where did I start with this? Oh yeah, evolution. Oh yeah, forensic science. If I know or have you could say a high level of certainty that someone's been murdered, you can look at, there's blood splatters. There was clearly a struggle. There's broken glass. There's a dead body. We can use forensic science to try to recreate what happened. That is way more observation and like gaps that are being filled than we have animals, therefore the animals evolved from other animals. There's it's not, you don't have the same level of variables as in forensic science. It's not, I mean, you guys know what I'm saying? There's all these levels of assumptions where if you're making the assumption that someone is dead and murdered because you found the murder instrument and the blood splatters in the body, that you can make these types of claims and assumptions. They might still be assumptions on a philosophical level, but you actually have the receipts, as it were, where you can logically deduce. But saying we know evolution's true because we have animals and they evolved through millions of years, that's like literally just a story. It's not the same level of certitude as forensic science in a crime scene. Complete randomness happening all over in an orderly fashion for completely no reason because bad things happen. So why God? Yeah. AI is really good at help you organize arguments you already know and to get it a clear and formal syllogism so you can be precise. Yeah, but it's not good at like at actually discerning philosophical truths. It's not going to actually get you. It might help you define things or look up more empirical or like what happened on this day and does jet fuel melt steel beams? Maybe that kind of thing will help, but it's definitely
obviously it does.
You try to
3 buildings. It did 3 buildings.
Yeah, it did. It happened. We saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed with AI that like when you actually stump it on, like if you're trying to debate it, it almost always relies on like total subjectivity. Like, how do you know that works? What's that? What if that's just your limited ape brain saying things have to make sense or whatever? How do you know there's not like a crazy space alien being who doesn't operate on our frame, doesn't have to abide by our rules? Like it doesn't actually deal with it. It just has like this like teenage angsty appeal to chaos on it. Like, how would you even describe it? It's just like, it almost does that exact move over and over.
I've had somebody use that argument against me, like, for God. It's like, well, what if this is just not some alien being that is working beyond different physical realms that we work on and blah, 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 all of this stuff. I'm like, you're making the tag argument for your alien, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, aliens, we have knowledge, therefore aliens.
Yeah. And but like he was like, what if the aliens were here and they actually gave us this knowledge and they were the ones and we should worship, blah, blah. Everything.
Have you ever heard of panspermia, bro? My orb led me to believe that the aliens left their seed on the earth and that's where we came from, bro. It's self-evident that after millions of years of evolution, this alien seed turned into the Indian, and then the Indian somehow still lives today in a complete state of stasis. Evolution has been stagnated for 1 million years in India. It's quite fascinating.
And they still fight the same way. Oh, goodness gracious. I need to find that video again. We got to show that video.
What were we talking about right before you left?
Racism.
Oh, yeah. So, because I feel like there's lots of things that you could say are racist, or people might have like a knee-jerk reaction to say they're racist. But I would say, like, if I'm trying to build up like the lowest hedge from like what racism is, I would say it's denying that a certain people or group of people have the image of God, or to say they're actually animals and not human beings. To me, that would be like the actual line of racism. Because I mean, all the other stuff feels too loosey goosey. But I mean, I've seen people say like, "Oh yeah, blacks are animals. They're not human. They're subhuman. They don't have the image of God. They're not made in God's image. They are meant to be enslaved because they're not really human."
Yeah, I would. Yeah, wouldn't that mesh with the definition though?
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to Occam's razor it a little bit of bringing it down to, because like I said, in this definition, it's saying if you discriminate, then you are committing racism. So if you know that black people commit more crime or have a lower average intelligence, then that's racism. Like you're not actually supposed to look at facts, basically.
Okay. All right.
And I'm trying to say that on a technical level, how I look at it is if you were denying a group of people based off their ethnicity, race, skin color, heritage, whatever, that they are made in the image of God and God loves them and he wants them to come to the knowledge in truth, then then that would be a clear. And there's going to be obviously like other behavior in actions that sprout from that, but that'd be like the basis for me to be like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's racism.
Yeah, if you deny them the that they are not the image of God, well, they don't hold the image of God, then yeah, that would be. I would have to agree with that.
Because I mean, you could even say like, oh, if you devalue them, but like, are all cultures or genetic pools made equal? I mean, do we have to value Indians because even though they poop everywhere? I don't know.
Yeah, we can devalue anybody we want to devalue.
Does that mean you're racist? Does it mean you hate them?
No,
maybe.
Maybe I just don't like the way they smell. Because like Indians do smell like curry all the time.
That's true. I think dinner might be ready. Is there anything you'd like to end off with?
Yes.
Oh, my daughter just came in and said dinner's ready.
Okay.
Had a feeling.
Tell her to give me 1 minute and 18 seconds.
Can you give me 1 minute, 18 seconds? Okay, I'll be right there. I love you.
Yeah.
What we got here? God bless and many years. Thank you. I'm finally an old man. My goddaughter said, Wesley, you're over the hill. They're getting up there. So I guess 30 is the beginning of the end.
It is. Welcome.
If the source of the discrimination is a behavior and not the race, then it technically would not fit the definition, even if you attribute the behavior to a specific group. Yeah, that's true.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, a lot of it is like, if you have bad experiences with black people because of their behavior and they are tormenting you and taking your kid's stuff or whatever, does that mean you? Yeah. What's the causation? Are they niggas because they black? Or are they black because they niggas? I don't know how to parse that out, man.
Yeah. If you want to go, then you go to hill and go down. Why you get the price, man? Why? Are you crazy? You're fucking paranoid, you are fucking. You bloody bastard, bitch. You bloody fucking mother, bloody fuck, bitch. Bitch, you bloody fuck you fucking bloody bastard. Benchwood, bloody. Benchwood, you bloody. No, but why? Bloody no.
I wish they were speaking English, dude. I want to know what they're saying.
Why you fuck me? I fuck you, bloody. Bloody bastard. Fucking running like
Oh, it's still going. I feel like it's looping.
Bloody. What the fuck, man?
Blonde.
Fucking now shout at me, innit? Why are you shouting at me?
Is this in Britain?
Are you going to the work? If you are doing
Yes.
Why are you shouting? Because of this, you are doing. I don't know. You are doing like this. I think you are
just walk away.
No, shouting at me, no good, man. Me no shout at you. But the thing is that. What do you think if you do like this
But
one?
Dick.
You are going at work and somebody else.
He's not being
if
very
you're running
buddy-like.
like that one, you're gonna fucking fall, innit? Hurting
Be
yourself.
buddies to each other.
Yeah, because of this, I saved myself. That one very icy road, man. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye.
He just became. Oh yeah.
Bloody!
You ever listen to Henry? Boom, boom, boom. You ever listen to this?
This album artwork, it looks familiar.
This is one of my
I
favorite
never
bands.
heard it.
Anyways, go check. This is their first album. Their second album's like the most popular, but everybody go listen to that band. Real good. Hey, shut up, because that's what I've been listening to all day, every day. I just had it. Where is it? Oh my gosh, do I have to look through a stupid ad?
Bloody!
The show would be better if I paid for premium or used an ad block or something like that, because all the pull up a video trying to get it ready, and it's like, oh, you have to listen to a stupid ad.
The other side of it, it'll get you high, get you wise. Bunny is the place to be.
You know, yeah, he asked me to punch me and knock all my teeth out, and I realized it's because our Haitian neighbor came in and they needed it to put on string for their voodoo. My Christian Haitian neighbor is using my teeth for a voodoo.
Buddy, the only show you want, the only show you need. It'll get you high, get you wise. Buddy is the place to be.
It's a big ice cream.
I've got a
That's all I'm trying to say at the end of the day, folks.
Yeah, that's all we want you guys to know. We have vaginas.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to flaunt it or nothing, but it's a pretty good one. You know,
I'm not gonna
I haven't got
show
it rated. Oh, of
Go to
course.
my
I'm not.
OF.
I don't know who's gonna watch. Yeah, I gotta put this behind a paywall if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna need to send me a lot more super chats if you want some of that action. Anyways,
Manuel.